Appreciate the
Bill,
call.
what it do?
Hey, 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 hey. Shout out to the boxing voice, the voice of the people, the voice of the streets. Hey, listen, you guys are doing a great job, man. Shout out Ness, Ringwalk Danny, and everybody in the chat. Listen, December the 9th is the turn up. It's Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis for the 140-pound title. When we talk about Devin, we talk about a lot of controversy. We talk about Regis Prograis, we haven't heard too much. The reason why we haven't heard too much about Mr. Regis Prograis is because nobody was calling for this guy. A tough out of New Orleans, Louisiana. The kind of fighter that'll bring out that special thing that in Devin, that thing that he makes that right adjustment in front of the crowd on that night. It's a great time for boxing. We had a 2023 that has been amazing. Some amazing fights. Shout out to Breadman and Miss Queen Green, I should say, that came on earlier. You know I'm here. It was only a matter of time. You can't say Devin Haney like that, caller. You cannot say that. You cannot stand. No, listen. I'm here, and I'm here to let you know that what you saw with the WBC and becoming a champion, being able to go and put your hands on the Rougarou Prograis, who came out and said he was the hardest person. Ring walk. He said out of Devin's next moves, didn't Regis Prograis say that he was the hardest, toughest task, and that we would not call him out?
He did.
Okay. They said that one time Keith Thurman is being forced out of boxing because he can't get the fight. His only loss happened to Pacquiao, and the only fighter that he said that he wanted was Bud Crawford, Earl Spence. We said that if and when, inshallah, God willing, we handle this business, and it's a tough task, but heavy is the head that wears the crown in Devin Haney and DHP. So we talked about some things, and we were looking around, and he says, obviously, every fight that we were at 135, we were able to have our sights on 140, right? So moving up to 140 pounds and picking the guy. Obviously, we look to then look at 47 and what's out there. Our ability to then, inshallah, be the 140-pound champ when you're the God willing, you're the 140-pound champion. No different than being the 135-pound champion, stepping up and challenging for a belt. One thing that you guys just mentioned was it's a tough hombre by the name of Mario Barrios. That I think you just mentioned might be an opponent for Boots, but he
Yes.
might, but he might be an opponent for Devin Haney as well.
Yeah, and I called it a tough fight. And then and
It's a
then
tough
Danny,
fight anywhere, everywhere around there where Devin is a shark in murky waters. There are other sharks, right? And I never say nothing bad about these guys because I know that they have the ability to bring out that special thing in Devin. They have the ability to bring Devin more and more closer to the Mount Rushmore of boxing. Ness, when you talk about legacy, reigning supreme, and doing the things that of yesteryear, when you talk about a fighter at 25 years old to be the undisputed champion, two division champion, looking to become a three division champion, well, now that's quite an impressive resume. But like I said, we cannot put the carriage in front of the horse. Right now, we have a very tough fight in Regis Prograis that we look to make an easy night of, right? But listen, when you talk about sending out contracts to the likes of Shakur Stevenson, it's never happened. When you outside of Devin, when you talk about the Javante Davis and being a champion and in a division that he's not the champion, he's the regular champ. Devin's a super champ. You talking about a Javante Davis that has been um, the mandatory in the WBC while Devin's been the champion. Um, these things, Devin has set the precedent. Devin has been the driving force behind it. You talk about Lomachenko, a Hall of Fame fighter who was forced to pick up a franchise belt, right? He picked it up, and we had an opportunity to we beat him for the belt. We had an opportunity to use the franchise tag, and we didn't because we're listening to the people. But we actually won the belt. We beat Lomachenko and actually had the franchise belt, had the email, had the WBC belt, the IBF, WBA, WBO, and the ring, and another fighter in the particular division that we give we give props to. Um, but we know clearly that we're the best. Um, but a guy that's driving revenue and doing his thing, a great team over there, a great city, did not uh, reach out to negotiate, did not send anything, did not give us any assurances that a fight would happen at 135 and that we would teeter, or we would kind of hoover between being a 140-pound lean machine ready to drop down to 135 or being 140 super aggressive, um, you know, counter puncher, super aggressive boxer puncher. You know what I mean? Just so we had a choice. You know what I'm saying? And as the weight is coming off, and of course ring walk Danny, who's seen him and seen this process. I think this has been one of the most smooth and enjoyable camps. Um, so you know what I mean. Taking all those things into consideration, and it only being one man left in there, that things could have possibly happened. And it shows that Devin clearly is the king of the 135 during his era. He was the king, and now we have more things to go and accomplish. We have extremely competitive fight that Devin chose to pick to go back home. So to go back home as a challenger with no belts, no nothing, but to go back like that, man, I'm extremely proud of Devin. Because he could have chose another route.
Bill, can you just address those people that say, well, he picked Regis, so they're not really giving them credit? Like,
Well,
they're
we
like,
couldn't pick um, in the 140-pound division. Um, Regis had mandatories, right? You know, Regis had just won a vacant. He had just won a vacant belt, and he had two mandatories. So although he being the champion, Devin could be the champion at 135 and pull up and challenge Mr. Prograis. Because mind you, I'm telling you, like we know that we're challenging the champion in the higher division, and that's what we did. And that's an example of anyone that was at 130 or 35 to do Devin to challenge him. We had Ryan Garcia. He was in a position to challenge Dev, and he opted to go to 140 pounds. So this narrative that they hide behind, whether it be sides of the streets or their inability to negotiate and get the fights, through watching Devin's evolution, you clearly see that those are all false narratives, and that's why we say that he's not only just um, the best fighter in boxing, but he's the face of boxing. And the way that in which we're watching it and getting the news like that, this is where Devin was born at. He was born in the YTBC, and he had enough influence to tell the other outlets, the other distributors, that it is something over there. It's something. They have something going on with that going to Mexico, uploading your fights, putting them on YouTube, filming the real Devin Haney TV thing that we've been doing for quite some time, showing the behind the scenes. That's taken off as well. So it's a lot of things that I think Devin has chose to do, being a millennial, a young person, believing in himself, having a team behind him that believes in him, that has dispelled all of the old narratives, that things couldn't happen, that the fighter wasn't in charge. You kind of hear now that the promoters and the managers and everything works for the fighters, but that's how it goes. You know, the promoters tend to have a wall that they call a relationship with networks and stuff like that, and you know, it might span over several years, but you see a changing in the guard, right? You see a shift because Allah makes no mistakes. And if you work hard, I believe, and you have that vision that God has given you, then you have no obstacles. So it's been a shift, and it's been a turn in the business in the way that we're not only viewing the fights, but also how we're marketing and promoting them. And I always come up and say to you guys, shout out to you guys for allowing me and putting it in the title and giving us an opportunity 10 days out the fight to come in and touch the people. So anyone else that's not operating under that quote business model, I think aren't doing as well as they would like. And you know, that's just kind of like where we're at with it, Ness.
9 days now, Bill.
I've been here trying to go through my notes, looking for the video of Tiafimo claiming that Devin had an opportunity to fight him rather than fight Regis. He claims that the Regis fight fell apart, and during that
Well,
fall
you know
apart,
what? Not to cut you off, but to just reiterate the ability of a Teofimo Lopez, good fighter. But you know, I know him as Gordo, right? I know him as Gordo, and the ability that he has, he's going to be around. You know what I mean? I know that he had that hiccup in the road. You know what I mean with the Lomachenko. Um, but he's going to be around, man. You know, all these kids, especially that crop, the Gordos, the Boots, the Shakurs, um, Ryan, Devin. This was all that particular crop, and I don't mean to leave anybody out. I just shot off some, and it's some more of them. You know what I mean? Um, you know, that was around that special group, and when they all get together, it's going to be a treat for the people. And one thing about Gordo is that, you know, Gordo was talking about 147 and moving up, and he's serious. I believe him. You know what I mean? I watched these kids go from 90 to 110 to 125 to 132, et cetera, et cetera. You know, so when he's saying that, I'm really believing him. And you know, that fight with them will be it could be at their best, and it could be probably at 147 pounds for Tiafimo and Devin. And I think it's big enough that it doesn't need a belt. It's a
140. Ho.
I'm
You
saying,
about to
listen, what
fight
I'm
for a
saying,
belt right now, and he a champ
no,
right now.
no, what I'm saying is that fight is the ultimate grudge match that doesn't need a belt, regardless of where the fight is. I think that it's a hell of a fight in terms of what they've done and what they've accomplished. For it to be a fight for to be lineal champ at 140 would be a great fight. That would be a great fight. For it to be at 147, that would be a great fight. For them to fight at an agreed weight between them, that would be a great fight. I think they're the same size, and I think they have the same body trajectory. Is what I'm saying.
Bill, man, I've been doing this so long. I remember when Danny Garcia moved from 40 to 47, he did what the older fighters done. His father treats him differently, though. He don't spar big names. He says he don't let nobody beat on a champ. And same thing with the moving up. He let his son acclimate to the weight like back in the day. Why do you think the acclimation of a division gets hated on? And with that in mind, why do you think the mention of Devin moving up to 47 to face Keith Thurman is being received with so much hate and criticism? They being, the general public, the Twitters and the YouTubers, they want y'all to fight Jerron
Well,
Boots
I,
Ennis.
I think that respectfully that
And this is what's floating around the internet, obviously, trying to say
right.
Bill prefers Thurman and says hell no to Jerron with the little Drake emoji. Drake,
Oh no.
whatever meme or whatever it's
Oh
called.
no, absolutely. Listen, absolutely. Being acclimated, moving up. You know what I mean. Picking the guy that you're moving up to fight, right? Um, is all part of the growing process, right? Developing, right? Now, one thing that I said about Shakur, and everyone took it wrong when they say needing that development, right? And that weight division, right? One thing we need to do is develop in the, okay, you can't jump. Now, listen, depending on what we say at 100 and, I mean, what we do at 140 will kind of indicate how we're feeling about 147. But right now, um, we wouldn't pick Boots. I'm not picking Boots right
And
now.
there's
I think
nothing
Boots the
wrong
hell.
with that.
I
I
think
don't see
and I
what's
think
wrong
Boots
with
is a
that.
and I think Boots is and I think Boots is a hell of a talent. You know what I mean? Um, and no, we have some time to move up and develop and to make a big fight with a Boots. We don't rule, I don't rule that out. But you know what I'm saying? Let us get there. Let us handle December the 9th, right? And go from there.
Well, obviously, fight fans, they're going to always put the horse before the carriage. Um, so we're going to attack this next one from two different angles, right? Like, I believe Devin will be the first. It's either Devin or Tio. I gotta be respectful of Tio and what he's shown us, the challenges he's taken on. But the world wants to know who is gonna take on the Matisse challenge. I believe it will be Devin or, like I said, Tio. Have you finally gotten to see Matisse in the ring this weekend, and what's your thoughts of him?
Oh,
And
I
do you
I did.
believe your son will be the one to finally face him? Because again, you specifically, not Devin, Bill Haney specifically likes to say he gives the guys opportunities who other guys are not looking at or calling for. Matisse is
No,
another Regis.
no, absolutely, man. Shout out to the kid. He did an amazing job. Quite a left hand, left hook. You know what I mean? From a left hander. So I like him. I like to look forward to seeing him, more of him. But he's not on Devin's level at all. Not even close.
I mean, we'll respond to him. He called you guys out specifically. Obviously, he called Tio first. He said, Tio, you're a coward. Devin, Tank,
Mhm.
Ryan, I think.
no, I think that was it. The people on
Oh,
the page on the poster. He said, if y'all want this belt, here it is. Now, I'll also add this information. Heavy rumors, and obviously you can find out better than me.
Mhm.
Heavy rumors indicate that Matisse will be at the fight in San
Absolutely. But
Francisco,
listen,
and
absolutely.
that there's a 3-fight deal waiting for him with Matchroom.
Absolutely. Shout out to Matias, and may have a safe trip over to get a chance to see the best fighter in the world, Devin the Dream Haney. And I don't rule out a fight with Matias. We don't never rule out a fight with anyone. Um, like I said, is after December the 9th, we'll get a chance to see what Devin's next move will be.
Am I being naive in thinking since there's a quote unquote blueprint to beat Matias, Team Haney will have an easy, not an easy
This
night, but like you
okay.
can do it because someone did it and showed you how to do it? Or does that not work in boxing? That's not how it works?
No, he's a tremendous talent, young fighter. I got a chance to see him for the first time. You know what I mean? And he's good. I don't want to bash him in any way. Um, I know that Devin, he wants to make the biggest and the best fights happen. So if Matias is it, or a fight at 147 pounds, when you talk about Matias, I think that then it once again it's Devin driving, the driving force behind it, which he doesn't have a problem with being. But it's time that he should have pay-per-view fighters, that do the same for him, that bring legacy to it. And it's either being a unified champ with the Matias fight, or being a three division, or being the youngest, the youngest three division champion in the four belt era, as well as being the youngest undisputed champion in the four belt era.
Now you would have after December 9th, you guys would have fought in your hometown and gotten the ability to do that. Is it far fetched to believe that Devin would be willing to unify in Puerto Rico versus Matisse at the Puerto Rican Coliseum?
No, we don't rule out anything. But I would think just a Matias fight versus a Mario Barrios fight at 147 is a bigger fight.
Barrios is on.
What do you think?
Oh, okay, because you moving up. You moving up.
I mean,
I
if you
mean,
had
certainly. I mean, and
if you
Barrios
weighed
has been on pay per view. I can't deny that. But I
right.
mean, there's a certain element that that danger. That's what draws the
Okay,
fans, right? Like
so
they
if you have
believe.
if you have Matias step up to fight Barrios, who's the favorite? See,
It's
it's
tough, man. It's tough.
that's what I'm saying. But
Barrios been
listen,
knocking
but
shit out at 47,
okay,
so
but just give me a
But
second. It's
Matisse a
you
killer
know
no, for
though,
sure. At
yeah,
40
yeah.
though.
But what I'm saying
and
is
now
that,
he ain't got to struggle. That power
but
got to carry up.
with that, there's not apples to apples. You know what I'm saying? There's apples and there's oranges, right? When you talk about Devin, then you saying that it's been a big highlight to be a three division champ. It's a highlight that you're going against a Mexican warrior, right? That's knocking shit out, that has a following, that's been in the Bay Area for quite some time, right? That to me is a big fight and a big opportunity both for Mario Barrios and for Devin to actually cement themselves as really being able to be in that 147-pound division and be um, more than competitive, be a champion, to look to maybe go unify with the Boots, or a
You
Keith
out here,
Thurman.
yo, unify with the boots. Bill, how
What?
many bars you think is the difference? Like how many? eh, What you think? Because obviously you think Mario Barrios is more marketable, which he is. He's been on, pay per view with Tank, pay per view with Thurman, and he's looked good since moving to 47. But how many you think is what's the number difference there? Not money, but pay per view buys, because obviously Devin's on a pay per view trajectory, and asking for Barrios, that's a pay per view dance partner. So I'm assuming you think Matisse does less. How many
Well, no,
less?
no. I don't say that he does less. I don't say that he does more. I'm only speaking on where we're at. You know what I mean, and what's going on. Like when you talk about what Barrios has done and what Devin has done, it makes for a great fight. When you talk about what Matias is gonna do, which you know what I mean.
You're gonna make me
Um,
go to Bob Santos' gym today because that is PBC. They don't have a home. Why you feel confident you can make a fight with them across the street? They ain't even give you the Tank fight, which would have brought more money.
because they can't do a motherfucking thing about it. If you're the WBC champion, right, you're able to move up and challenge another WBC champion, which is Mario Barrios. You
Okay.
see what I mean?
So this
So
is all
you can't,
strategic.
yeah, you can't. I mean, like I'm saying this, I have to go to the table, and I have to go to the table with Bob Arum. I have to go to the table with whoever, right? Go to the table with Golden Boy, right? But I didn't have to go to the table with Matchroom. We forced this fight with Regis Prograis. We forced it and forced our position. And we still have the ability to do the same. So does every other champion. This is not anything that's, you know what I mean? It's unrealistic. Now,
So
of course, we
technically,
call. we call for a Keith Thurman, but obviously if a Keith Thurman who hasn't responded back, who probably for every reason that everyone else is saying about that fight, although we think different, hasn't responded when we know that Devin is the driving force, the money force in that particular situation, whether it be a Keith Thurman, whether it be a Mario Barrios or a Boots Ennis. When you talk about that stepping up and bringing the revenue, well, then that's what Devin is doing. And you don't have to answer our phone call, Mr. Thurman, but Mr. Barrios does have to answer.
So, to be clear, have you technically called him? Because I can help you with that.
I don't need any help.
Okay. I'm texting him right now that you're trying to get a hold of him to invite him to the Devin Haney fight.
Oh, absolutely, man. Listen, let me give a formal invitation right here on the Boxing Voice to Mr. Mario Barrios. Come on, champ. You
Well,
know
I
you got
meant
a
Keith
ringside
Thurman.
seat.
So that's it. You moved
Hey,
on from
no,
Thurman.
we've already offered and invited Keith Thurman publicly. That's all been on the
But
airwaves.
have you called him, like, to make it formal?
For Mr. Thurman?
Yes, sir.
Um, no, but I think his kids have probably even asked him, "Who is this Devin Haney that everybody is talking about?" But now listen, I haven't. No, I haven't been able to. Um, but one thing that I do know is that what we can do is being a WBC champion, inshallah, God willing, right? You're able to use your position and your leverage to challenge another WBC champion.
So technically speaking, if Shakur really had this energy for Devin, if Devin wins on Saturday, he could do the same and challenge Devin. Because he's
Oh,
now.
absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
What is the split? If he activates his 35-pound WBC status to fight Devin, who's the new WBC hypothetically at 140, is it back to 50-50 split? What is that split? Can
Well,
you tell us?
well, well,
Per the
that
rules, per the
no, that
rules.
well, I don't know. I don't know what it is per the rules. You know what I mean? I can only operate in a Devin Haney space and what Devin Haney does and what he brings to the table. I don't know what the rules are, unless you'd have to check that out. But I know that every champion could step up and challenge the champion.
Mm,
Now
perfect,
the
perfect.
thing now when what happens in those situations is that that I know. Now I don't know of the rules. I know a champion, when you have a vacant belt, you
But
have.
hold on, Bill. My brain just clicked, bro. How you gonna say you don't know when you are the 35-pound champion
Listen,
challenging the
no,
40?
what I'm saying is I don't know how many, because we're challenging Regis Prograis, right?
Yeah,
Now Regis Prograis, we have a mandatory in Sandor Martin, right? We have
yeah.
the mandatory in Sandor Martin, but we don't have to have the mandatory in Sandor Martin if we're challenging to step up and wait to fight another champion versus the challenger. So, um, a champion in
But
Shakur,
to be
I don't know. I'm
to
just let me just say I don't fucking know. How about that?
no.
How about that?
See,
I
the
don't
thing is,
fucking
no,
know.
hold on. But
No,
look,
no.
you,
Hold on,
because
shit,
that's the
Danny.
thing.
Hold
Wait,
on. Hold
He
on,
said,
Bill,
"Hold
shit.
Bill,
on,
Bill.
shit."
I don't
No,
listen.
look, cause
Hold on,
I think
shit.
this is the
I
confusion.
don't
I
know.
think this is confusion because you think they
Okay.
went to the WBC for a split in this fight.
Yeah, didn't they use?
Absolutely not.
Hold on, because
No.
someone is saying that it did not happen. So just to answer the people, did Devin activate his WBC status to enforce this fight with the WBC champion at 140?
Yes.
But the split did like
But
the
there
money didn't
wasn't. They
come
didn't
from the
have to enforce the
WBC.
split. Yeah, because the
Exactly.
money
They
didn't. The
agreed
split
to
didn't have to
money
come
outside of the
Okay,
WBC.
outside of
okay. So y'all
outside of that.
enforced it, but then agreed to then y'all
Right.
hit him off, so he won't. Okay, okay. So
Right.
then
Well, because
so
you remember.
Shakur would got to do that too. Then he would have to
Yeah.
enforce and negotiate.
Yeah.
Just to be
But
clear,
listen, let Shakur and his team. I don't
I'm
know. I
just
don't
trying
want
to
to
give him
advise them.
ideas,
Well,
Bill. I'm just trying to
well,
give
well,
him
well.
ideas.
Okay. Okay. But what I don't want to do is give them the wrong advice.
Mm.
One thing that we know how to do is we know how to pull up on a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I learned it, and I know now. I don't know what way that he doesn't know how to do it. You know what I mean? Um, let me just speak on um, when we did pull up on him. Um, things could have went things could have went left, and we couldn't have came up to an agreement. And I don't know what that would have meant. Is what I'm saying. But with Eddie Hearn, shout out to Eddie Hearn and Dazn, did a wonderful job at making sure that both fighters were taken care of to their liking. And fortunately for that, I didn't have to revisit or learn any other things other than doing just good business.
Bet, bet, bet. So I got a couple people here in the chat, obviously, that have some thoughts.
December the 9th, Haney versus Prograis, live at the Chase Center, home of the Golden State Warriors and home to Devin Haney. Don't get it twisted. The Bay is big and we're proud. You got Oakland, Richmond, Vallejo. You got San Francisco. You got, listen, you even got on the outskirts, you got Stockton. You got Sacramento that's just down the road a little bit, but we still bang with them. You got the Bay that's represented of, a multifaceted group of all kind of different. We get along. The Mexicans, we get along. The brothers, we get along, man. Ain't never been a Mexican brother war in Oakland ever. So when you talk about the Bay, you talk about um, a great diverse of people. San Francisco, the place where his mom was
The
born.
price
I
came
think,
out, Bill.
huh?
Y'all haven't announced it, but payperview.com is reporting that they are selling the pay-per-view for $75 plus tax.
A great fight for whatever the price that it's going to be for Ness. I listen.
Did you
That
have
part of it.
anything to do with the price point?
Well, the price. Like I said, that's
I
one
mean,
more
because
thing that
again, you DHP, you ain't just the trainer,
right.
so
So that's one more thing that goes into making sure that both fighters are taken care of and compensated, the undercard and everything. You know what I mean? So from the financial standpoint, um, that falls on the people that are actually putting up the money and funding it. Me doing my best for it to be a great card, for people to know about it and be aware that it's happening. That's why I fall in. Actually, picking the price points and stuff like that. That's not my job.
I got average boxing fan that says Haney only fights 32-year-olds.
Well,
And
listen, the average champion, by the time that you start out and you're 21, 22 years old and you work your way up, and the average champion, what we called, what was that when they said they're at their peak, they're at their what is that? Not the peak. We use
the
something else in
prime
boxing called their when they're at their best. What is that? Ring walk. When
prime.
a boxer is at his best, prime. When prime. Okay. So prime, right? The prime age of these athletes are what? You see when they're winning, what, 31, 32, 33, 34, right? Bud Crawford is 36 and on top of the world. Lomachenko, right? Spence. Um, it's not a bunch of guys that's the LeBron Jameses, the Kevin Garnett's, the Kobe Bryant's, and those are guys that then came out of high school. You gotta realize Devin never had an amateur fight after 16 years old. He's been a pro since he's been 16. Never, never did he fight after he stopped amateur at 16. So um, now he's 25 years old. You're talking about a 9-year vet in the game, season 9 years. So it just looks like that. Traditionally, you have shit. Keyshawn, I think him and Keyshawn are the same age. Um, Shakur and him, that all of them are the same age. He's the youngest. So in that aspect, he's a phenom. And you look at it and say that these 34-year-old guys or 35-year-old guys, 32-year-old guys are over the hill.
Damn, he got a call, and he ain't let me finish him. Finish the super chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button because we got 3 big-time interviews today. Shadeja Green, Coach Bill Haney, and Coach Stephen Edwards.
Yes, sir.
All on the show today. Bill dropped off. Hopefully he comes back because average boxing fans said a lot more that he didn't let me get out. But in the meantime, in between time, we got a counterpunch from JT for Terraplanistas.
Yo, what's up? Yo, man, I gotta give you some credit, Ness, man. I'm always on your ass, but you did pretty good in that interview, man. You were holding. He was sweating. He was sweating. That's what I'm saying. You did pretty good because he exposed himself. Like I'm actually so happy that happened because he just exposed himself like better than I ever could, man. You saw him there. You even noticed him. You caught him when he was like ducking Tio. I mean, that is crazy, man. He's talking about the Tio fight at 147. What is he talking about, man? They're both belt holders at 140. They have a
He said it'd be a good fight as a
common opponent.
unification or down the line at 147.
Bro, that's crazy. They're the same division, bro. He's selling you a bag of fake goods, man. Like, think about it.
Man.
His son could fight Surreal Matias, who is a belt holder at 140. He could fight Tio, who like the fight has been talked about for a while. And they both come from 135.
Is Tio in fighting shape right now?
He could fight 10
or fighting mindset or fighting mindset right now.
Ain't he in DLX every day?
And he got you what? What do you want, Mario Barrios? Come on, man, get out of here, bro. He's trying to sell you Mario Barrios when everybody.
But what's wrong with Barrios though? Tank fought him. Keith Thurman fought him. What's wrong with Barrios?
Like, bro, why are you gonna let him do this like sleight of hand to you, bro? He's selling you like.
But it's
shit,
not
bro.
a sleight
like,
of
honestly,
hand,
you
bro.
know that
Bro, how long you been watching boxing? Just serious question.
Bro, you know I've been watching boxing since like Doomsday and Beep were in Danny's shoe, and Danny wasn't even
so then why are you acting like what Danny Garcia did isn't the normal way of boxing? Getting acclimated to a division, that's what people do.
Dog,
not everybody does what Crawford does.
That's what he's doing at 140 now. He just started 140
Yeah,
career.
but that's what I'm
He's
saying.
about to be
You're not listening. You're just so
the
angry.
Next fight is Teofimo. You're talking about him acclimating to a new division and fighting a Mario Barrios. So he's always going to be acclimating and fighting bums while he doesn't fight the #1 guy. You know what I mean?
No.
What is this?
Mario Barrios is the #1 guy, bro. He's the #1 at the WBC.
What are you talking about, Nash?
He's the
Barrios
#1 in the
#1 guy at his
WBC.
house.
He's the #1 in the WBC. When Terrence Crawford vacates, who becomes the WBC champ? Answer the question.
Bro,
Answer the question.
Shit, man. You're gonna say that he's gonna fight Mario.
Answer the question, man.
I hope they don't just email it to him and we do like the old-fashioned days.
Answer the question.
Bro, he should fight somebody for that belt. They shouldn't just give it to him in an email.
Can you answer the question or at least admit that I'm right?
That Mario Barrios will get a gift on the mail, but it wasn't like that. Because you asked me since when I've been watching boxing. And I tell you, back in the day, there was no email champion. If you were #1 contender and the belt was okay.
Email only been around 20, 25 years, brother. Of course. They had to write letters and call back in the day.
So let me ask you, was Jamal Charlo, excuse me, was Jamal Charlo not an email champion?
Jermall, you mean like Jermall, the WBC middleweight?
Yes.
Like the big one?
Yes.
Yes, he was an email champion. Of course he was.
Okay.
But before, that's not how it worked. Look, let me listen to you. If it was back the days, Boots, like 20 years ago, Boots wouldn't have been called the IBF champ. They would have told him, your next fight is the IBF belt. And they would have picked a good opponent for him to fight.
So are you telling us that if we Google right now, interim champions didn't exist 20 years ago?
They did, but once they were going to give you the official champion,
how won't the rules work?
Give it to you. They give it to you in a fight. They would say, okay, the next fight, like Boots' next fight would have been for the IBF, not just giving the belt.
He already did that. That's the whole point of the interim fight. You did that already.
It wasn't like that before.
Go,
now
bro.
you're reaching actively
I gotta go. Listen, you can't have it both ways, all right? So no one listen to this guy and be as dumb as him. You asked for the Earl Spence Terrence Crawford fight. So they're giving you that. So what do? Boots cannot fight the champion. So he fights the interim, right? He fights for the interim title while the champion is unifying the titles. So he already had the fight that this guy wants him to get. Now he wants the IBF to say, all right, you didn't fight fuck is his name? You didn't fight Terrence Crawford, so you fought an interim fight with Villa. So now we're going to go to the rankings and you got to fight Cody Crowley. How does that make sense? There goes your rankings. So Crawford vacates. No, don't give Jerron the fight, who is the number one, who's been waiting for the mandatory, and who had an interim title fight. Make him fight Cody Crowley for the belt. That's your logic. Come on, bro. CYP.
Yo.
We hear you.
Yo, man. Oh my, man, we've been talking boxing way too long to get it way so wrong. God damn, boy. How many times has CYP been on here telling y'all about that regular belt? And I don't care who has it. Tank, I'm the biggest Tank guy on here, and I've never claimed he was the real champ at 135. No, he's not. That was motherfucking Devin. Now he's going to be the real champ because he's going to get elevated. That's what they do. The regular belts and the interim belts are elevators in case something happens to the champion above. That is the detailed rules that y'all don't want to read. I read it more than once just so I could be totally solidified on what's going on. Yes, that's the truth. That's why Boots is now champion. That's why Tim Tszyu is now champion. It happens if you have the interim or you have the regular. That's what happens. As a matter of fact, there's only 4 regular champions in the WBA out of 18 fucking belts. It's Mahmoud Char, David Morrell, Stanionis, and Tank. Now let me ask y'all, who the fuck got to fight Mahmoud Char to be undisputed? If Wilder fights Mahmoud Char, he's gonna get clowned. If Tyson Fury fights Mahmoud Char, he's getting fucking clowned. Get the fuck out of here. Like, let's stop with that bullshit. If you matter of fact, I was mad that Tank even had that motherfucking belt. He should have dropped that motherfucking regular belt because he's bigger than a regular belt. But at the same time, hey, he was following Canelo's because he do a lot of Canelo following. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Canelo fooled us and beating Rocky Fielding for the regular belt, and y'all was calling him a 4-division champ. So Tank said, fuck that, I'm about to do the same shit. And then y'all clown Tank for doing the same thing y'all praised Canelo for. And then when you look at Canelo history, it doesn't even have Rocky Fielding on there as a champion that he beat because he wasn't, and he fooled all of us. So don't be mad at Tank doing the same thing that your boy Canelo was doing. They on the same path, money making Mitches, them money making Mitchy motherfuckers. But anyway, the real topic was about my man T.O. versus Devin. CYP Discoveries found some shit I was looking, and this is what CYP Discoveries found. They both beat Lomachenko barely. Let's keep it real. One beat Kambosos twice easily. One beat Comey, one beat a better Linares. One beat Taylor at 140, one's about to fight Regis. One is real undisputed, one claims to be 2-time. One looked bad versus Loma. One looked bad versus Sandor Martin. One was dropped by a non-KO artist in Kambosos. One was rocked by a knockout artist in Linares. Every measurement that I looked at, that would make Devin Haney better at 135 than T.O. Every single measurement. So any of y'all who got a problem with that, y'all need to put that in bed. They both moved up. Now let's talk about 140. As of now, yes, T.O. is better at 140 than my man Devin, only because of his last win. But Devin about to do something about that. So let's put that shit to bed. When it comes to 135, there was one real undisputed. There was one dude who didn't get dropped by Kambosos. There was one dude who didn't lose to Lomachenko. That's Devin fucking Haney. I got to keep it real. That was the man at 135. Do I think he's the best boxer out of the young crop? I don't even like putting Tank in that young crop, but fuck it. We'll put Tank in there with Shakur and T.O. and all them. No. We know it's Tank, and they know it's Tank. If you look around and you watch YouTube, when people start asking questions like, "Who do you think will be the biggest fight between you and who?" Shakur says Tank. Devin says Tank. T.O. is now saying Crawford because he know he don't want to mention Tank's name. Ryan says a Tank rematch. Everybody knows that shit. Like I told you yesterday, from now on, we're not going to talk about who a man hasn't fought. We're going to talk about who the fuck could beat him. So at the time right now, Tank is still that motherfucker because all y'all know every name I just named, if the odds makers made the fight, Tank is the motherfucking favorite. And for any of you motherfuckers who think that Boots don't deserve to be champion, you a fool. Any of you motherfuckers think that Boots ain't proved enough but believes in Lomachenko, then when he came out and lost to fucking Salido, you's a motherfucking fool. Y'all remember that? He lost to Salido, and y'all still believed in this, and it's in the eye test and all the amateur accolades. Boots done more. Boots has done more than Lomachenko did before he lost to motherfucking Salido. So keep that same fucking energy. And if you don't believe it, put your money against Boots. Or make a list of dudes at 147 who could beat him. Any of you motherfuckers in the chat right now, put a list of dudes at 147 who could beat him. And if it ain't 2 or 3 dudes, that motherfucker deserves one of them 4 titles. CYP out.
Barrel City E counterpunch.
You may feel like it's your time,
but it's not your
but it's
time.
not your time.
Real quick, since we talking Tank and regular titles, he tweeted out, "I don't want that shit," when he was notified that he would be elevated and become the legitimate WBA light world champion. We going out to Barrow City E on Discord. If you want to call in, Discord is available, as is Twitter Spaces, and that's it for now. The landline is done.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I ain't gonna lie. What you call it? What's his name? Blast caller. My bad. I should slip my mind that fast. I'm smoking a damn gas. But
Bill Haney.
No. I'm talking about the caller.
No. I'm talking about that is Bill Haney. I got to get back at you.
Oh, bet.
Yeah. Bill must be in a bad service area. Come on back, Barrow City. Let's wait for him to connect.
Facts. You want to give it a second to see if he connect first, then come back, or go ahead?
Nah, we gonna let you rock, bruh. Rather than have dead air,
Yeah,
let's talk
yeah.
boxing.
But yeah, though, man. Listen, man. CYP kitchen and the food was smelling good, man. I was just about to say, "Hey, yo, bro, let me get a plate," and then here you came with this Tank shit, and then here you came, Tank. You tweeting out you don't want that shit. Don't matter. Remember a while back he went that. Has that ever happened before? He was emailed the belt. Has that ever happened before? It just happened to you, player.
Champ, Bill Haney just jumped on.
So
Facts.
you finally get a chance to witness what you're paying for. In dice, listen, in dice, when you shooting dice and you shoot the dice in the streets, I'm talking about in the hood. Now, so you'll know, so you don't get your teeth knocked out if you try to think something else.
We
So
talking CeeLo, 2 dice or 3 dice? What are we talking?
I wouldn't care how many dice you can have. You can have 2 or you can have 3. But as soon as you get down and you let them joints go, boom, right? Point seen, money gone. Now, that means that, did you see the point? Because the money is gone. Now, when you just seen that Mr. Davis told the WBA, "I don't want that shit." Can you take a look and see how long has the WBA been around? Take a look. How long has the WBA been around, and who was they first champions, and who's carried this shit? And who is these people, these new fans that's saying that they with that's not, man, if you go look back at all the historic champions, what it took for us as
61 years.
61 years, dog. And if you look how we've been able to do the one thing that our ancestors have fought. My mother and my mother in particular, grandmother, fought for in 1955, Board versus the Brown versus the Board of Education, for us to be able to be like y'all. We can go into schools, we can learn, we can have everything. So we've worked in every profession, and boxing in particular, to become a champion. To become a champion. And you guys said that this is what the face of boxing represents. This is what you say that we're going to pay for, and then you don't crown Devin, you Downey. That's preposterous. It makes no sense. So you now get a chance to see what we and the WBA has been trying to do behind the scenes to make this fight happen that you guys are talking about. But it's never, the things
What are you
are
saying?
never.
Because it sounds like you're insinuating that you've tried to get the WBA to enforce it.
Absolutely. You've heard me say it before. So I know you set up an alley-oop for me to dunk the ball twice, right? Yes. We spoke to Mr. Mendoza, Gilberto, about a Tank fight, and could he order it? Could we make it happen? What could we do? And he said that if he ordered it, Tank's team has informed him that they would go another direction. So and the only reason I get on Little Buddy Helmet, because, and I'm talking about Tank, is because he always make references and try to down Dev, or try to down people like you the big dog. You the big dog based on the people. So if you ain't listening to the people, little buddy, then you gonna fall off, champ. You dig? You gonna keep running out of them narratives, though. You know, you knocking them out you knocking them out the ring, who they put in there with you. But as far as this other shit, no, you ain't knocking them out the park, champ. Not what I don't want that shit and all that, champ. That's, come on, man. We done came a lot farther as a people. And and shout out to all those chaos operatives that, the Fanon Nakans that keep trying to go against devs, the South Sucker TVs, who else? To keep driving these fake narratives that, only Ellie Ellie Seckback. They keep driving the fake narratives when the people are trying to piss on top of their head and and tell them that it's rain. And they supposed to take it. Man, come on, man. Bring on CYP and tell me that's what the face of it's supposed to do. You ain't gonna represent none of it. You're gonna pick everybody and nobody can pick you. You can't be challenged. Since when that's been the game? That you the bad motherfucker, but you can't be challenged. I always said that Dev puts himself in a position as being the young, undisputed champion. And that was the thing, is that you're being able to be challenged. So the game spoke for itself. You know what I mean? Just like we do. We're going to show you how, when you are a champion, how the game speaks for you. You're able to go do those things, you're able to go challenge. But if they keep creating these fake narratives, excuse me, I don't, because now, I done got overwhelmed with passion right now. You know what I mean? The face of boxing, the best boxer on the planet right now is Devin the Dream Haney at 25 years old. And December the 9th, you'll see him go up and challenge someone that nobody is calling for. Or let's say very few is calling for, if we want to give the good brother Matias credit, because I heard some rumblings after that he might be interested in both Devin and Regis. So let's give those guys, that particular guy, a shout out. But for Mr. Regis Prograis for raising his hand and answering the bell, because anyone that can raise their hand, we sent you an offer. or made the fight. Period. Whether it be Gary Russell, whether it be the Stevenson team, whoever, wherever. And I'll tell you this: I said a joke. I said, listen, to my daughter, we was pulling up to the school. I said, baby, if one of these kids said they got 25% for us, right? I'm gonna go in there and whip him out, right? Cause I can. Because I can. If I don't believe I can, then I'm going to ask the kindergartners to give me more money. But if I believe I can, I'm going to go knock that out the park. I'm thankful to the Boxing Voice and all these platforms and these outlets. Should I name them? How about I do? The Aki TV, the Blue Blood, the 7-8, the BFTB, of course, the Boxing Voice. Why? For standing on business. For standing on business. For standing on business. Hey, I'm on the live too, though. Yeah, for standing on business, right? Asking the tough questions. These guys don't know, man. The guys that I mentioned, they'll call me up, man. Like, man, I heard this, I heard that, man. Behind the scenes, man. Ness pitch fastballs at me, but ain't nobody gonna come on here and go on live and kick the game. So let's go to the callers, Ness. This is a perfect time to segue into what they want to ask Bill Haney about Devin, the Dream Haney, the best fighter on the planet. The best jab, the best feet. Did you see the body work against Lomachenko? Do you see the defense? So when we talk about all around, you talk about defense. Well, there was two guys that we said was defense, and one guy I think that we said that, or the general consensus has said is no longer that guy because he's too defensive. So who is the most defensive fighter in boxing? Who is the best defensive fighter in boxing? Ring walk, Danny. Let's go to some callers.
Well, we got to finish this one that you cut me off. He said Haney's only fights 32-year-olds.
I just told you the 32-year-olds are the baddest
All right, but
guys on the planet.
Let me finish it. He says Haney only fights 32-year-olds and up. Man abuse. Stop protecting him from Sabril El Sacario Matias. Devin
These
hasn't
guys,
fought.
hold on. I'm
You ain't let me finish. Let me finish
no.
just one
Well,
sentence.
can I dissect it? Can I dissect the question? Because it's a three-part question. So now we have to go back to the beginning. The first part was what, Ness? So I'm not confused.
Did he only fight 32-year-olds
Okay,
and
perfect.
up?
Perfect. Okay. Those are the guys on top. And I'm happy to introduce Devin and what he does exceptionally well to be a 25-year-old, right? But I don't say that it's not other 25-year-olds that might feel like that about themselves and be in a position, Ness, ring walk. I don't say that. One thing that I do say is that Devin the Dream Haney, business is in order, and it's in order in a way that ring walk. We've accomplished this. Have you ever heard him say that, or someone say that they have a contract dispute with Devin?
Nope.
Hey, ring walk, Ness. Have you ever heard of anyone say that they didn't make the most money they ever made when they fought Devin?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so when they fight Devin, they make money, and then when they don't fight Devin, they go back to not making the money or go back in position. So I mean, when I say that he's the driving force and he's the catalyst, and when I'm talking to him and we're checking off these boxes, when Devin gets through checking off the boxes, he said, I'm the baddest motherfucker on the planet. He said, I'm the baddest motherfucker on the planet, period. Period. And I'm available, and I'm going to pull up on you. Now, what was the next part of the question?
The next part is stop protecting him from Sabril El Sacario Matias.
Know what Subril and Sicadio and all the stuff got to just get out here in this water and make themselves available. And sometimes you have to make yourselves available in the way that Devin has done. You know what I mean? where people say, "Oh my God, you that, and that." You can't just say it from there. And this is just some advice to them and for them to keep doing a great job that they're doing. Because if somebody's mentioning to me, then I think the world of them. I think that they're on top of their job. Because can you imagine we not having nobody to fight? So inshallah, God willing, they keep doing what they're doing, and we'll meet up.
All right. And he says Devin hasn't fought at 140, but we talking about 47. That's wild as fuck.
It was wild to go over there without your daddy. It was wild to think to get in there with a Linares that nobody want, because Linares, he gonna sit around and take all the abuse because he's trying to land that big shot. But building, you have to get through those fights to get to those places that you understand that a fighter can carry that power throughout them 12 rounds. You can't go lax. You can't do none of that. Built him into a better fighter. A Lomachenko, right? You going over there across the water for 2 times with Cambosos. You call up Ness off the record. Ness, you man, take your victory lap, man. Go up there to the Warriors, man. Go do it. Go do it. No, Ness, they tripping. They tripping with this Lomachenko shit. You know what I'm saying? I know Lomachenko didn't give us the opportunity, did franchise. You know what I'm saying? But we different. We got to give him an opportunity, Ness. We got to give him an opportunity. I said, Ness, you know what I'm saying? And whoever the judges they gonna pick, you know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be Bob Arum, them. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I don't have no control over it. And that's, you know what I'm saying? Bill, that's gonna be a tough fight. But the people gonna love you if you knock off that. You do that, Ness. Are they gonna they don't even love me before we go? He says, but that one is gonna be the one. I said, listen, we're gonna knock it out. You feel me? Now, you go with that. Everybody running around, scattering around, playing, right? You look up and you hear Regis Prograis, who arguably won the fight with Josh, close, whatever, Super Six, Super Six series. You talk about that. Dev wasn't old enough, but you talk about the Super Six series. That was a hell of a motherfucking series of good fighters. And Regis was in that motherfucker, bad one. And it came down to the end, close fight. So for Devin, and he doesn't have an opportunity, right? Nobody is calling his name. Nobody is saying they want to fight the fighter that arguably won against Josh, the fighter that was in the Super Series, the fighter with all the knockouts. Nobody else. So we picked him. We picked him because nobody else. So when you say Subriel Matias and you say Jerron Boutin is being hell of a fighter, nobody else is saying their fucking names. But Bill Haney, Devin Haney, and DHP, because they are those guys. Everybody's saying all the other names. So when you talk about that, you talk about a guy in Mario Barrios is knocking shit out that the big fighters say it's a tough fight. It's not an easy out, but it's tough. Is it worth it? Is it? And I'm saying is you talking about the 35, the 36, the 30, the guys on top. So who else is it? If so, we didn't work to get to on top. Now the guys on the top ain't nothing. Man, no, that's why, you know what? It's another place, and it's called the Mount Rushmore of boxing that Devin is looking to go to. And we'll continue to dispel the rumors that he's not by delivering the fights to show that he is.
9 days out, Bill. What's that
Ready to
feeling
go.
like? I know you guys are heading out here in a few days.
I got another
It's
one here,
time.
man. The people. Real Boxing
I said,
TV.
fuck that, Ness.
I mean, this is what he's known for. He's known for
Listen,
addressing the
Ness,
people.
no, I'm known for Ness needing help with the people because Ness can deliver it just like you, Danny, if he wants to. Now give it to me, Ness. Which one do you like out of the whole shit?
What?
The questions.
Oh,
Go
nah.
ahead.
Questions, baby.
We got the next one is Real Boxing TV says Devin, easiest undisputed, beat a C-level fighter in Cambosis, got a decision with Loma. He should have rematched that fight.
Hey, baby,
Let's
listen.
see what happens
is
at
his
140.
name? What is his name?
Real Boxing TV.
Okay, so Real Boxing TV. Listen, how long has it been four belt in the four belt era? How long has it been four belts?
Shit.
About
80s?
No, who
I
was
have
the
to look
first
it
four
up.
late
belt champion?
80s.
Who was the first? Okay, so no, because Mike Tyson, he wasn't in the four belt era, right? So
Nah.
he was
Yeah.
B
like
Hop, right?
B Hop. B Hop was the first, I guess, four belt kind of champion or whatever, right?
I
Now
don't know.
listen,
Danny gonna look it up. I ain't in the history. But
okay,
what
but
about
watch
Zab too? Cause
this.
Zab wasn't Zab undisputed, first
Listen,
undisputed male,
listen.
and
In
then
the light,
Corey Spinks, right?
listen, in the lightweight division, right? When he say the easiest road, it's never happened. Devin is the first lightweight weight in the four belt era
Oh
champion.
04 is when the four belt era began.
See, listen, and since 2004 and 20 something years or whatever, there's never been a lightweight champion. So how could my good brother say that we took the easy road? What easy road is it if it has not been did in the whole era of the four belts, King?
Yeah, Zab was the last three belt. Nuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So come on, King. You got it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it was okay. So there's never been a four belt one in the lightweight division. It's a lightweight kings. Javante Davis is in it. Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Adrian Broner, Mikey Garcia. All these guys were in that same era, in that same time of a lightweight. And Devin chose to say, "Is it's never been done. I'm going to do it, but I'm not only going to do it. I'm going to defend it again. I'm going to defend it. I'm going to do it on foreign soil. I'm gonna defend on foreign soil. Then I'm gonna come back and defend against a guy that never would have given me a shot at doing it. I think that's an incredible story, right? And I'm a big fan of not just Devin inside the ring, but outside the ring because he's accomplished all that as a businessman as well, and had the wherewithal to understand his team and the plays that we put on the table for him, and he check it off like, all right, good job, good job. All right, I'm with that. I'm with that. No, I'm not with that. I'm with that. I'm with that. So I mean, the game speaks for itself.
You want callers?
Yes. Can I talk to Mr. CYP, my dear brother and friend? Because I would like to know how does he feel about that, and where do they go from there? And
Hmm? Right when we was going to it, he got a call. Oh, he back. He back.
My brother, my brother.
my brother, talk to me. Talk to me. I need to hear you today.
Yeah, we supposed to be brothers.
You are my brother. That's why I want to know,
Uh,
where do we go from here? Where
all
do
right,
we
look.
go from here?
Mama said there was gonna be days like this.
Yes,
You
sir.
know,
Yes, sir, King. Yes,
it's
sir.
crazy
Yes,
because
sir.
I rock with y'all and I want y'all to win every fight
Yes,
except for that one. And it's
absolutely.
fucked up because I'm like, damn, I wish I would have met him sooner. But
Listen.
I'm loyal like that. I'm rocking with Tank
Yeah.
to the soil because Tank
Yes.
Tank was a foster kid foster kid like me. So
Yes.
me and Tank we bonded. That's his life. But y'all from the
Yes.
West Coast and we all West Coast. You know how that go. All right, but I like it
Yeah.
like this. I'm gonna ask you something as a father, and that's you a father too. So all the fathers,
Yes.
I want to ask you this: if your son was in a boxing match with a killer, and the killer beat him, but there was a rematch, would y'all believe with your heart that your son could win that rematch?
It
Man.
depends on how the fight went. It depends. It just depends. Because I have a belief. I just have a belief in my son, and but also believe in a line. I believe in the vision that God has given me. CYP. I'm not sitting here talking about my son is the greatest singer, rapper, right? Trapper. No, none of that. You know what I mean? We've been operating
Right.
in this. He's 25. We've been operating in this since he's been 8 years old. So that's 17 years, my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like if you get a chance to what when we got away from the fighting and all the shit and the shit and Oakland, and then became attempted to be more civilized as brothers and won't and take it to the boxing gym, right? And then take the responsibility of of family within our house and say, okay, we're gonna educate each other, we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna love each other, we're going to stick by each other. Of course, we created a business from it, right? So my belief is different. You know what I'm saying? I'm think we're walking in our purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like we're purposely, but this is
Yeah.
where we supposed to be right now. You know what I mean? Now you can segue over and say, "Oh yeah, Bill know how to talk shit," and then start talking about some plumbing, right? Or start talking about some electrical shit or something. You know what I mean? Like, and then I
Right.
got to tap off, or I got to become more of a listener. But when you talk about 17 years in it, and you talk about sitting with the Roger Mayweathers and learning the game, who's no longer here, the Floyd Mayweather seniors, the Eddie Mustafas and Virgil Hunters, Billy Giles, so on and so forth, right? We really got this game, man. We really got this G. So it's just at the end of the day with Tank, it's something that they've both been doing for so long that's not as difficult as it is for the people that are watching, right? It's and I always give Tank his props. I say, man, and his fans are amazing. You know what I mean? But to think about it, he's 5 years older. So I say this in retrospect, the same fans that admire him will have 5 more years to look at us.
Mm. Mm. All right. The reason why I asked that to the dads is because we see a lot of boxing dads come with a wrong answer, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm a new dad of a son, so I respect what you said because I looked at it the same way, but I don't know if dads look at that way because boxing dads act like their son could do whatever, whenever, however, even when they fucking losing and getting their ass beat. So I said to myself, I'm gonna see if Bill's a capper or he really believe his son could beat Tank. I actually believe you think he could win. Before I didn't know. I thought you spinning, you supposed to say he gonna win, but in reality, you kept it fucking real. You kept it real. If the shit happened and we got to go to that drawing board, we gonna see what's going on. I'm not gonna be like he
Well,
cheated or he's a
yeah, yeah,
runner, all that bullshit that most trainers
yeah. But when
pull.
you talk
I
about,
don't like that.
but CYP, when you talk about actually building the fighters, see, they don't give us credit that we left Oakland, and that's the one thing because everybody is like the mud, the drugs, the shit, the won't, right? But
Right.
when you leave something that's good to you, and everybody knows.
I
Hmm.
think you might have got a call.
Word. I'm out here working desperately in the background trying to get this shit set up too. You want to know what I'm cooking in the kitchen?
Honestly, sure. I mean, whatever you choose.
You see his body language, y'all. This dude funny.
Yo,
And how
like,
many
no, no,
times
no,
have we told him,
because you
yo,
my
when it's too
friend,
much, he
bro.
could just be like,
You my
and
friend.
keep it
No,
moving.
bro, but you think that I don't want to do this shit. You my friend, so I know you. It ain't about the show. You my friend, I know you.
What?
A lot of the things that you've worked on to try to cook up just ain't been it.
A word? We
Mothers.
gonna ask Bill. Bill,
Hey, hey, listen,
I
is
got Danny
CYP
over
still
here
here?
telling. Yeah. Well, no,
Yeah,
I
okay,
got.
okay,
He gonna
okay.
come
So let me
back
let
though.
me let me
I'm
just
pretty
let me,
sure.
let me just, oh, he still here or no?
No,
Okay, but let me just elaborate more so on that when
now
you
he's
walking
back.
in. Okay, so walking in that purpose and that faith, that you know what I mean. Everything that you saying, right? The way we walking, the way we feeling ain't happening. The way you saying it, the way you looking at it, the way you thinking. So I don't know what other fathers. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, you segue over into Devin with a jump shot. Is he gonna make that jump shot? I don't know about that. Dad, you gonna make that motherfucker? Dad, Dad, you think right? But when you talk about this boxing, now we talk about who's the lame that taught you the game and where did you learn to play. So Oakland, although it was good to us, it wasn't good for us. And only guys that from the town know. Oh, it can be good to you, but it's not good for you. Living that kind of life and that shit. So we chose as a family, and that's my whole family, to leave and to come to Vegas. Now everyone wants to say, "Oh yeah, you was in Vegas. Vegas ain't shit." And you got niggas like South Sucker TV be talking about Vegas, but he talking about boxing like I'm telling guys from Chicago, from Detroit, from New York, from St. Louis, come to Las Vegas, the boxing capital of the world, and get the world class. Danny know it. Boxing Voice and Danny them they knowledge of boxing 10x. Danny when he come out the military and come to Vegas and he's just living here. The game their knowledge 10x, Danny, am I lying?
Nah, I mean, I pretty much gained 98% of my boxing knowledge in the city. You know,
Exactly. So a person that's watching and looking at it in Florida, no disrespect, but you have a different, the guys in Vegas that are actually on the set in the gyms, you have a different eyeball because it's an influx of fighters that come in and out, in and out, in and out. So you're able to see some of the best work in the world. You're able to see some of the best fighters in the world, but you're also able to see some of the best imposters in the world. Am I right or wrong, Danny? How many times do
definitely,
they come? How many
definitely
times
see
do
a
they
lot
come
of
out?
imposters out here
How,
for sure.
how many times do the do when we see him on TV, Danny? Then we see him in the gym, and we like, damn, that's different. That's not what we thought.
More often than people would realize or
Okay,
think. Yep.
okay, okay. So when you when
And
you
we
when
say
you
that
talk,
all the time too, not just because you hear, like, we literally say it all the time. Like, the gym really separated in Vegas. Like, when you in the gym in Vegas, the real fighters and the part-time fighters, you see the difference.
no, absolutely. So when we talk about all those variables leading up to that, we know that we have the best fighter, and it's okay for CYP. It's okay for CYP to say that his fighter is the most popular fighter at 5 years older, at spending a whole lot of time on the jet with Floyd, jet setting and Floyd and them. Although they be at odds, I know that's family business. You can't take away the fact that Floyd has done an amazing job with Tank, right? And sometimes I'm in a place where I shouldn't be because he's doing such a great job for Tank that I get upset with the blocking that he's doing. You know what I mean? But it's it's all for Tank's best. You know what I mean? And Floyd knows it, right? Floyd knows it because
Well,
if
Bill,
Floyd
I don't
thought
know if you know,
if
but Tank is saying that Floyd ain't did
well
he
Floyd,
just
listen,
posted that
that's not
yesterday.
true. That's not true.
Look,
Listen,
you reading it?
and let me tell you, that is not true. Floyd has done and been the best blocker that he has can be, and that's not true. And I'm saying this. I can read it. I can read it, and I'm telling you, shout out to Floyd Mayweather because he's not given enough credit of what he's done in Tank's career in terms of actually passing the torch to an amazing audience, amazing group of people, right? And it wasn't part of the deal that he was going to pass the torch with us unless we did business with him. And that torch, I know is a bad torch. I know it's a torch. I know it's a torch that what you see now with the CYP. CYP said, damn, if I'm loyal to the soil. But damn, if I would have seen Devin first, but I got to stay down with Tank. And those are the guys that I respect most. But you say, then when you think about it, you say, well, how did I hear about Devin? Fighting, fighting, training, working out, fighting. So it's a different kind of level of respect that Devin will always have with Floyd. It's an eye level of respect. And that being whatever part of the motherfucking bay you grew up in, whatever part of the bay that you was born in, that's all we know is respect. And it's eye level respect. It don't matter how much money you got. It don't matter your education. We in the Bay. It don't matter if it's black, white, Mexican, or nothing. I'm saying the Bay, man. Bring somebody on the Bay and tell you. That's why we fought. Listen, that's why the face of boxing has never fought a black guy, but we fighting a black guy. So tell me then what? What does that mean and who is designing it? Bro, we fought a black guy and what's the name? Then we fought three back-to-back white guys and then a Mexican guy and then we fought a guy from Cuba, a Cuban guy, Latin. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Venezuelan,
Venezuelan, and you talking
Russian,
about a Russian, right? And you talking about Russian, great fighter too. And Zaur Abdullev, Zaur Abdullev
he
still putting
kicking
in work.
ass. Yup.
Yeah, shout out to Zaur Abdullev putting in work because both of them youngsters raised their hand at a pivotal time that in their career, to to become interim champion, something that we just all said about. When you become interim champion, you have the ability to do what Devin has done. Unfortunately for Zara Abdulev and his crew and his team, wonderful team, but they had to take a step back and unfortunately go the road that no fighter and no team wants to go, the road of rebuilding. So, yeah.
Well, Bill, I'm hoping that
You
we.
have another question.
No, I got another. I got a caller for you, but this guy's he's gonna be yelling. It's gonna be hard to hear. But I'm also trying to buy time because I've been cooking up Bob Santos in the background, trying to see
Oh
can
man,
we.
shout out
Yeah,
Bob. Bob.
yeah.
Listen, now you talk about a legendary trainer, good man, and Bob that has seen me and Devin come from, you know what I mean, the bottom to being able to have healthy conversations with teams like Bob Santos. You know what I'm saying? And so you said you waiting, you got him waiting?
No, I'm waiting on him. He's driving to the gym, and when he
Oh,
gets
okay,
a
okay.
chance, he's gonna pull over and kick it with us.
Okay, well
Also,
listen, bring
I
on the
got
call, bring
I
on the
got
caller,
another
let him.
friend of yours though. I got another friend of yours. He says to say hello to Bill, and that's Chael Gloves, the trainer Edwin De Los Santos. He's listening and
Oh,
watching too.
shout out my brother. Blessings to you guys, man. And you guys did as much as you could do. You know what I'm saying? Did as much you could do, and I know that you guys is working. And I expect big things from the De Los Santos team.
And
They're
that
a
that
great
that
group of guys.
last call, since we name dropping, that was David Morrell. So he said hello too, because he's
Oh,
watching. Because I've been trying
oh
to
yeah.
get him on the show.
Oh,
So
the champ,
yeah,
the
yeah.
dangerous David Morrell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look forward to seeing
But
him in
I
person
got
too.
this guy. He's gonna be talking crazy. His name is
Well, wait,
Terraplanista.
what is his name? Terrible Anissa?
He's a Cuban. He's a Cuban. So
Okay.
his
Yo,
name
Hey,
is
Ness, I
listen,
can't believe
Terra
you have
let,
Terraplanista.
hey, listen,
no faith
let
for me,
him,
man.
hey,
I'm gonna keep
let
it
him get me ready
respectful,
for
man.
a
I just
rough
want to
crowd.
know why. Hey, Bill, man, why are you trying to sell us this Mario Barrios fight when, man, you got all these options out there? You got Teofimo, a unification fight at 140, and you got all the common opponents. That's a great build-up. And if you go down to 135, you got Tank and Shakur, way better fight. So you're trying to sell us Mario Barrios? Come on with that, man. What's up with that?
With all due respect to you, good brother, thank you for your energy and thank you for your time. We've done what we can do at 135, right? Um, that's we don't have anything else that we can do there. And your second question was what?
He
At
said
140, you got Tio and Surreal Matias, and you're talking about a weaker fight for a guy with an interim title at
Um,
147 in Mario Barrios. Why are you
okay,
talking about that instead of the bigger fights at
so
140?
I'm going to ask you who's favored if Subriel Matisse fights Mario Barrios at 147.
I would pick Surreal Matias, man. Mario Barrios
Okay,
ain't that
no,
much.
let me
He's been
ask you.
beaten multiple times
Excuse me.
before. Surreal
Okay,
Matias,
okay,
he
okay.
had
Let me
one
just
bad
ask you
fight,
because
but
that's
he's
that's
looking
all.
much better, and it just means more.
Okay, no,
Surreal Matias
that
has
you
an
pick him.
actual
yo,
title.
let Bill talk, man. He's trying
No,
to
no,
get
that
back
you
to you.
pick him. That you pick him is fine, but do you pick him wide?
Because he just looks much
No, I'm
better,
asking, do
man.
you
He
pick him
looks
wide?
way better than Mario Barrios. He has way better drive, much better stamina, and a much powerful punch.
So you pick him at wide, real wide. It's not close, right? He blows him out.
I think so. Yeah, I think he blows him out the water. He will be the second guy to stop him. I think, right?
Okay, so that's good. Okay, that's good to know your opinion on that. Then, um, I think Garcia just got stopped by Lamont Roach. You say that Mario Barrios ain't nothing.
Nah, it was a split
Huh?
decision.
Not stoppers.
Yeah,
Not
it was a
stoppers.
decision.
Well, split decision. He just lost, so that shows.
Again, like
Okay,
why are
no,
you
give me a
ignoring
second.
the name Tio right now?
Wait,
You're ignoring
wait.
when I
Hold on,
mentioned Tio.
hold on,
You
hold on,
know that
hold on.
Tio. Look, let me
Wait,
tell you one
give me.
thing real quick.
Okay,
Tio beat the
can you
guy
give
who
me a
beat the
second
guy
to
you're
answer?
about to fight. Tio
Can
also
you give
fought
me?
Lomachenko before you
Tio
guys
is a
did and
great
beat him
fight.
arguably
Listen.
better.
Okay, so
And you
if
are
you X,
Yo,
completely ignoring that fight when
okay,
we
so
have
if
all
you
these
X,
references points for that
okay,
fight.
okay, so if you X everyone else off other than Tio, I say that's a great fight at 140 pounds. I say, listen, I say that that's a great fight at 147 pounds. I say, listen, I say that that's a great fight that those two guys can get together and deliver the fight because it's the ultimate grudge match and it shouldn't be denied. No sanctioning body shouldn't stop it. No weight shouldn't stop it. No promoter shouldn't stop it. Those two kids, because the one thing, excuse me, God forgive me, I've called kid. Those two young men or in the in I don't know, they're in the frame of mind. Devin is in the frame of mind and the position that he can make it happen. It comes down to whether or not Tio is in the frame of mind and in the position to make the fight happen. And then it's the biggest fight in boxing. So it just ultimately comes down to those two talking and deciding that that fight is going to happen. Inshallah, God willing, after December the 9th, the Devin handles his business with a tough out in Mr. Regis Prograis.
But Tio claims he made y'all an offer when y'all were negotiating with Regis. He says that the Regis
Well, okay,
negotiations fell apart and there was an offer made to Devin that he declined.
okay. So, oh wait a minute. No, he's never made an offer because he doesn't do offers. Bob Arum has already said that on multiple occasions. He doesn't do offers, and I just said that he's not in the position. He's not in the position, although he's a very good fighter, and he's in the position to go and tell them what he wants. He's not in the position to present anything. And talking with Top Rank and what they might have on the table might be a little bit different now that Devin has become a two-division world champion. Unlike what Teofimo Lopez was screaming, he's not only the undisputed, he's the two-time undisputed, he's lineal, he's all the other shit that he's saying that Devin is not. So I'm
Wait,
saying,
Bill, it sounds like you saying that you did get an offer, but it wasn't
no, no, I didn't get no fucking offer.
okay.
No,
Because it almost sounded like that by saying,
no, no, no. What I'm saying is that if Tio said that he's going to give me an offer, if Tio said he's going, I know he can't give an offer because Bob Arum has come on here and says that none of his fighters can give offers. So any offer that from a fighter that's on Top Rank is not. I negotiated the Shakur Stevenson shit with Top Rank. The 25% was offered to Top Rank. Whether Bob Arum wants to believe that it's real, that it could happen, or anything or not. It was with Top Rank and the Top Rank attorney that represents Shakur, represents the Devin negotiation, the Cambosos. He represented the negotiation between Shakur. So if Teofimo Lopez, going back to if Teofimo Lopez is in the right frame of mind and he's in the right position, we can make it happen after December the 9th.
do you
We can.
believe he's in the right frame of mind at this moment? Because he's currently on the Porter podcast and on other and Punch Drunk saying that he wants to fight Terrence Crawford. Is that Tio
Well,
the
yes,
fighter, or is that
that's no,
Tio not in the right frame of mind?
that's Tio, that's Tio, right? That's Tio wanting to fight, right? Wanting to fight is him going everywhere and all that, going up to 147. Do I believe he'd go up to 140? Yes, yes, I believe he would. Do I believe that him and
But
Devin
Bill,
could? Wait. Do I believe that him and Devin could decide now that they want to be at 147-pound champions? Yeah, I think that. I think that Devin, the fight could happen after that. Yeah, do I think it's going to happen? Yes, I think that it's going to happen, right? But remember this is we've been doing shit. They've been the ones that's denying what we've accomplished. We've never denied what he's truly accomplished. He's been somewhat delusional, right? Publicly and privately in terms of who he is and what he has. Outside of having a tremendous group of fans, that guy being one of them, right? That truly believe in him. And we believe that it makes for a great fight because of the fans, because of his team. And that's all.
Bill, but this is the thing, man. This is the problem I have when you bring out 147. Every time we talk about Tio, that's the second time you bring out 147. I've been watching boxing for long enough to know that when people bring up, oh, that fight is gonna like be ready, like Virgil Ortiz did when they asked him about Boots, and he says that fight's gonna happen, but all the way out there. That means you're gonna wait it out. That means prolonging the fight, not getting it done. You know what I mean? Right when we need that fight now, you guys just both got to 140. You just arrived at 140.
Hmm.
147 seems a while away. That seems like far
Okay,
in the future.
but
When
why?
that fight
So
is ready
why
now,
can Tio?
why are you?
Why
Why are
can
we bringing
Tio?
out 147?
Why can Tio say 147, but we can't say 147?
I know I didn't hear. I heard him talk about 147 for Terrence
I
Crawford,
didn't. I
but you
didn't.
bring out
So I didn't.
147
I
for
didn't.
Mario Barrios
No.
or
Why
Keith
can he?
Thurman, much
Why?
worse
Listen.
fights. You know, like
Okay.
the
Listen.
Crawford fight, he's
Wait.
aiming at the number one guy. You're aiming at
Okay.
the number two, number
Oh,
three guy at 147, probably even number five if you ask about Mario Barrios. You know what I
okay.
mean?
So, okay. So if that approach and everything works and that for him, then why doesn't he go on pay-per-view with whoever
He
he's going to
might.
fight
That's the fight
next?
he's talking about.
What I'm saying is
But why are
no,
you talking
no.
about Mario Barrios?
We took, no, 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 no. Mario Barrios has a heck of a fan base. He's a heck of a fighter, and I don't know why. I I don't know how I can celebrate Tio Matisse. Right? I'm celebrating the fighters. I'm celebrating. But you're just downing them. You're just saying all you're doing is talking about them. You're talking about Keith Thurman only lost to Pacquiao, right? So right, and now listen, Keith Thurman in boots or Keith Thurman wanted to fight uh Bud Crawford. Like you down in the fighters, man. I hear what you're saying, and I'm saying is some fights um, for you look better than others, but that doesn't mean that the other fights don't look good to me.
Borough City E.
Does that make sense or not? Ringwalk, Ness.
I mean, both things make sense. You know, T.O. is looking for the number one, and
Yo,
Borough City, you live with Bill.
yo, yeah, Bill. I respect what you saying. I ain't got no problem with what you saying. I felt like you should have just told them straight out. We taking our route, and when we lock in, we'll lock in. You know, and you just stand on that. It ain't nothing wrong with the way y'all bringing Devin along. So you know, if anybody complain about it, they don't really know boxing. To me,
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight early. Don't get me wrong, but if we, 147, they both young as hell. So I mean, they'll fight sooner or later. I feel like. But what I do want to ask you is, do y'all plan to undispute at 140, or do y'all plan to just kind of unify and move up if y'all get through Regis?
You know what? The whole thing is how Devin's body is going to feel and how he's going to handle a you know because if we put a boxer in there, right? We put a boxer in there, that won't really dictate. You put the roughest, toughest guy at 140, the most aggressive, come forward guy at 140, and then see how he does. Um, obviously, with the Tiafimo stuff, he just actually opened it up for the talk by saying, if you fight Devin, I mean, if you were willing to fight Crawford at 147, then why wouldn't you fight Devin at 147? You see what I'm saying? So it's
Hmm.
ultimately something that I say that instantly when I said that after, they can make it happen. And I didn't rule out a weight. I didn't say a belt. I didn't say it needed to be for anything. I just said that they could make it happen if, they talk.
I got you. I got you. All right, and what? Just one last thing. Just one last thing. Do
Oh
you
yeah. Wait, let
see
me
a
ask you. Let
fight
me
with
reiterate.
Ryan
Let me ask you this though.
anytime
Let me get.
soon?
Now watch this. The reason why I said that is because the last fight that just did the the pay-per-views had a recipe that, you know what I mean, that obviously, you can kind of say that with those two guys, if they didn't, even if it wasn't for a belt, the people want to see it because it's the ultimate grudge match. You know what I mean? And if
Hmm.
you talk about things that the fighters need more of and it's money, and that's one of them, then ultimately doing it, and because you've done, man, listen, it would be great at 147 or 140 pounds, right? But I don't want to say, I don't want to make it to whereas they don't fight. I don't want to put any limitations on it not happening, if that makes sense.
Coach Kenny Ellis and Calvin Ford call the statements of Devin Haney cat. In a recent interview with the Boxing Rush Hour show
December
podcast.
the 9th. December the 9th.
That's how you
If
doing me?
anything was capped, no, we're gonna read it. We're gonna read it. But I'm just saying, listen, if anything was capped, December the 9th, what I'm saying is the guy Regis Prograis, he wanted to fight Tank too. He was on his bumper. You know what I mean? But so go back to
Bill,
that.
this is
But
more interesting right here. Calvin Ford is claiming that you guys wanted 30 million. He says,
listen,
I seen a
no,
quote that if he ain't getting 30, it ain't enough. You ain't even
no.
putting those numbers. Or
I don't know what number it would be, because I would never ask for a number. The way in which I asked that was that the same deal structure that was drafted for Ryan Garcia and Devin would be something that if they gave that to me, I would be comfortable going back and introducing it to Dev. Like, you can't just come and just tell me anything and I'm just going to take it back to Dev. I'd be like, fuck you, I'm not taking it. But you go talk to him your fucking self. You see what I'm saying? So what I threw out something that was like that. It's like, well, why don't y'all just give us the same, so you don't have to worry about what it looks like, what it don't look like, because you see, Devin has sold out or is selling out the arena at the Warriors, right? While the team Garcia is struggling with seats, and no shade towards them, because I don't want to put us past them. I'd say just put us eye level. You know what I mean? I said, damn, you ain't gotta just treat us right. If you've just shown that you know how to make a big fight happen with a guy, give us the same deal structure. Whatever the money is gonna be, the money is gonna be. And I think that was my way of saying this thing can happen, and we don't have to
I'm
go back and forth
assuming
arguing.
I'm assuming he interpreted your quote because you said that here, just give us the same deal Ryan got. So I'm assuming he interpreted that as you making the same money amount that Ryan made, which is 30, unless
No,
30
well,
means
we'll see.
30%.
We'll see. If you say give us the same amount he made versus the same deal meaning the same deal structure. If the fight does more, then you get more than 30. If the fight does less, you get less than 30.
Yeah, because here he says, I seen a quote that he's getting 30. It ain't
Well, they
enough.
don't. They don't listen. They don't do the business, and Tank has already said that, and they've said it before. They don't do the business. They don't know about this business. That's why I stay close to the people that do it. Of course, Leonard, he does the business. Floyd with Dev, he does the business. Um, Eddie, Bob, they do the business, and thankfully, that
You
Devin has
don't you
been
don't want to let me get to this point. This is a juicy ass point, Bill.
okay. Come on
Basically,
with it,
they
brother. Come
saying
on.
basically Ford made the comments saying that Tank would offer you the same thing y'all offer Shakur. So I think you should call him on that. 25% of a Tank fight is an amazing fight.
Um, Absolutely. But what I'm saying to you is that whether it was the WBA, whether it's Leonard or whether it's Floyd himself, right? The fight is not happening right now, according to Leonard. He says it is a good fight. Now, listen, this is where it gets tough at is they quote unquote have a standard for what they say that dance partner should look like over the years, over this time, not even years, but whatever that time is. And I think that we've dispelled all of the notions that it's not a great fight. But for him to say that, and for Tank to come out and say something, it's different, because you have Dev's number. He commented on Twitter on something, but then didn't call us in to negotiate in the same way that you negotiated with Ryan Garcia, right? So why do we have to be treated like we're, you know what I mean? Like we're, I don't even want to say how, that's terrible. It's terrible because you have a way of negotiating with everyone else, but you send these guys that say every time that it gets thick and they have to answer a question, right? They all tank. I don't do the business part. I don't do the business part. But then they comment about shit. Now, so we're going on record. Calvin Ford is saying that he's offering Devin Haney 25%.
That's what he's saying. He's referencing a
No,
tweet that
no, no,
Tank.
no, 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 no. When we're talking as men. Because I'm saying what I say, and I'm saying is Calvin Ford saying that he's offering Devin Haney for a Tank Davis fight.
His words were Ford made those comments not to contradict what his partner Ellis said, but to emphasize what Tank
Oh, that's too
posted.
many motherfucking words, man.
I mean,
Now,
I'm just
tell me,
saying.
listen,
Just
tell me.
saying. This
So
is
you will say, according to such and such, Calvin Ford is saying what? Just say it like that to me. That's the way to go viral.
he's saying that, I mean, according to Calvin Ford, y'all don't do the numbers that Ryan do to get the contract Ryan got.
Goddamn, that ain't gonna go viral, man. Start the motherfucker over. Hold on. So Ness, what are you saying? And then say it just like you're saying. So when you chop this bitch down. So hold on, let's start all over again. So wait a minute, hold on. So Ness, what are you saying? What did Calvin Ford say?
He said Devin don't deserve 30 because he ain't putting butts in seats to get no 30.
What do we deserve, Ness? Tell them to send over what they think we deserve so we can start talking about this shit. Cause I can't send it over. How about whatever that you're saying we ain't worth 30, send it over. Just send over what you think we worth, and I'll tell you what I think that I'm worth. Let's start
It's
talking
kind.
about it. Send it over, Mr. Ford.
Mm.
Well, you just said he's not the one that do the business, right? So it got to come from
But
Leonard.
Ness said he's the one to do the business.
I ain't say nothing. I'm giving you they quotes, man. They being interviewed. I'm giving you their quotes.
Um,
Bob Santos says he can't do the interview. That's what I told you, man. That Devin Haney
all right,
fight gonna be hard. You gonna have to use that WBC. Mauricio gonna have to say
all right,
okay.
all right. Listen, let me tell you this. I told you, I told you what it is, and I showed you. Devin Haney let me start. Devin the Dream Haney is the face of boxing. The new way that a champion is handling his business and letting you know behind the scenes, right? Because I'm on here. You hear me? I'm on here. And whether Bob want to do it or not, we pulling up on him. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? God willing, he handled his business. Devin handled his business against Regis Prograis, and I always continue to say because you had some juicy stuff and you had the stuff that you want to talk about. But this fight is a hell of a fight, and nobody. Who was calling him? Who was calling Regis a punk?
Nobody. He getting
That's
he
all.
getting discredited more now that Devin trying to fight him than he ever did.
That's why I'm not gonna bite into that. But just like I'm not gonna bite into that, I'm not gonna bite into Calvin Ford.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And one thing that I am going to bite into the fact of is that they did that to us as a people one time. It was a particular group, and they were able to manipulate the people, and they were able to not use belts and not do all that. And then they even had manipulation within the sanctioning bodies when the sanctioning bodies came to life, right? But
Mm.
they did their best, and we continue to do our best to weed out all the bullshit by coming on to great platforms like this, like the Boxing Voice, so on and so forth.
Bill,
You
what you
know,
think of this one? James Benitez, Devin beating 6 straight champions, then Lord willing Regis, then Lord willing Keith. How could anyone not say Devin is the best at welterweight over Boots? On resume alone, Devin a Hall of Famer in the making. Do you think if he beats Regis, he would be a favorite in the betting line over Boots?
Um, I don't know. You gotta just ask the people. You know what I'm saying? Because that's it.
That smile, Bill. You funny.
I guess it depends too how he do it, right?
Yeah, you gotta ask the people.
Mm.
Boy, it's a good day today,
I
ain't it,
got
Ness?
one more though. I seen the I Am Athlete, bro. That was pretty dope. I don't know that dude like that, Brandon Marshall, but he got some good shit out of Devin, man. You was live
Man,
for that, or you watched it on the playback?
no, I was live. I was live. I was there.
That was so I wanted to ask you what mistake you thought he would make, because Devin emphasized obviously you've gotten over that now. He made it clear, but like at the beginning he made it seem like you ain't want to let him, flap them wings. So what was the mistake you thought he was gonna make?
Well, no, I told him, just like Sean.
Damn. Okay.
Okay, sorry about that. No, so just like Sean at 13.
Damn. Smash that thumbs up button.
There's some interesting things to that.
That I am athlete.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was some
I
things
always thought he
there
was
was
mature though.
there
Like he
there were
was,
some things that I loved about the interview, and then there were some things that made me like raise my eyebrow a bit.
like what? What? He ain't there. He ain't connecting. What made you raise your eyebrow? Oh, he still ain't connect. What made you raise your eyebrow? Quick, quick.
The way he was like, yeah, you gotta like have like idols and
Oh,
and, and shit like that.
yeah. I think that was just like from a motivation standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Because if you notice, the people that he put in his little
Hey,
five bucket list were kind of commentator analysts. So he wanted to get better at his game. I think that was that. That's what that was about. But go ahead, Bill.
okay, so yeah, just like my 13-year-old and just like Dev, I told Dev, I said, you have to, as a man, you break away from me. Listen, if you're 12, you're 13, you're 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, I don't know when you don't need that. You see what I'm saying? Some develop quicker than others, but you'll break away. Yeah, you'll say that. You know what I mean? And until then, I'm gonna hold you dear and have your back and all that. But guess what? One day I'll come to you. One day I'll come to you. And you know what I mean? You're not inviting me, right? You're not I mean, you're not saying, hey, dad, you know what I'm saying? Do you need me to take you to the store? One day I'll say to you, Dev, can you, or you got time, like God willing, I live to be that you take care of me, right? So with him and with Sean and with Bill, Naeem, right? They they have to show me that they want to be men. You can't just tell me, oh, I'm a man. Then go out there. You see what I'm saying? But if you're still here, you see what I'm saying? I'm gonna still continue to pour it into you. You gotta just and I think that once Devin, I was a little bit like, because I knew he had something, and he was doing that, breaking away and showing me, and I was still kind of, and I said, okay. I said, Dev, I said, you gotta understand, Dad, I love you, boy, since a kid, like a baby, just watching you grow and grow and grow. So that was going to always be both um a difficult one, but a happy one as well, right? Just like when he went to Australia for the first time. That's, you think about, that's the worst thing, but actually when I gave him a hug, and then he walked, he got through the metal detectors, and we start texting. I start driving home, and then I have, of course, I have the little ones that I go to deal with and stuff like that. It was like a big burden was have I was relieved. You know what I mean? That I knew that Devin had grown to be that man that I knew he was going to be, that I'd always prayed for. Um, and then I don't know if on the show or whatever, but one of these shows we were talking, and I think the No Vulture podcast, we were talking for the first time. I was like, I was still thinking about him though. And he was like, because he said, Dad, he said, man, I wanted you to be there. I kept thinking about you, but I never really let the world or nobody else know. He prayed on it. And I was like, that's funny, because me too. I relaxed on it, but I wanted to be there. So at the end of the fight, he said the thing was that that moment was special for us both, because it was a culmination of a lot of work, a lot of time. and now everything is just like the ice cream and the cherry on top.
I got a few more came in. Q and Nork says, y'all really think he ever planned to fight Tank or Shakur? I said at the time that once he go up, it's over for those fights. And now look at him. They talking 147 for Dev. He's all cap.
Um, no, because those fighters are obviously still there. They're all around the same size, and if they want to make those things happen, they're going to make them happen. But to just sit around like you guys might be and just waiting, right? Waiting is for waiters. You know what I mean? We're continuing to make history. And if you said that being a three division champ means anything, and being the youngest three division champ doesn't, then I think you're sadly mistaken.
I have one more that says, tell Bill why Devin run from Tank.
Um, I don't think I don't think anyone can run from Tank. I think from what you guys have been saying is that he makes the decisions, he puts the deals on the table, he emails everything out, he makes it happen. So I think if Tank wants something to happen, according to you guys, he would have made it happen. Um, I think, like I said, it's it's definitely a new face of boxing and the way that the boxing business is going and what you're doing. You hear that all the time. Um, you hear the fact that, like I said, it's a multi different face of people that we've touched from Australia and just alike. We're doing it, man. We're doing it, and I'm thankful to Devin because he's putting us on his back, Ness, to make it happen.
I got Fats from Baltimore.
Yo,
Yo.
yo, my nigga Bill still there?
Yep.
Bill,
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie, man. You ain't standing on business right now. Sound like when Matias come up, you getting a little shaky. I
It
think I think
sound
I
like,
think Dad can beat him. I think Dad can beat him, but I ain't gonna lie,
but
you getting a
God
little
damn
shaky,
though.
man.
Yeah, but god damn though, it's like y'all in Baltimore with Tank. You got Devin like he's Bruce Lee in a karate flick. Like he's going up the thing. Now you Tank fans and found Matias. Y'all had your core. Listen, you guys go get everybody but yourself. And that's not the
Bill. Hold
BMO.
on, hold
That's
on,
not
hold on.
wait. That's not Baltimore. Baltimore stand on Baltimore business. Now, what's happening with the guy that you got there? Your guy.
Tank, I don't know, man. I don't know. I like Tank and Dev. I don't know. I can't. Tank be doing a lot of bullshit. I don't know about that, but I'm talking about now that y'all moved up. You know what I mean? You calling in now. In my opinion, I thought maybe Haney collect the belts at 140, then move up to 147. But the jump right up there after fighting Regis, I guess seeing how he feel or whatever. Like I ain't gonna lie, man. It sound like you running from Matias. I don't know, cause I'm hearing them call in, and you like Barrios a bigger fight, and I'm like, hold up, this ain't the Haney brand that I remember. I don't remember hearing none of this moving right, and none of this. I'm like, come on, bro. Usually they take them how they come, man. I ain't used to hearing you talk like that.
And listen, and that's taking it how it come is challenging. That's how we just took it how it came. We came up and challenged Regis Prograis. You had something to say about that. We challenged Mario Barrios. You're gonna have something to say about that. We keep Thurman. You're gonna have something to say about that. Then why aren't those
Bill,
other guys? Oh, hold on,
Bill.
hold on, hold on. Hold on,
No, I'm
wait.
saying,
Give
I'm
me a
saying,
second.
I'm saying,
Give me a
why go
second.
to
Give me,
47 if you just
give me.
got to 40?
Well, let me ask you this though: does being a three division champ mean anything?
Can you answer my question first?
He just did.
I did.
He did. He just asked me a question.
No, I just
Because
said
all
because I
right,
think
so
because I
so
believe that
because being a three division champion means something.
means
Danny,
something.
Danny, no, Danny, hold on.
I
I asked him
I,
why
I
why
just
you jump
said
up straight to 47. You just got to 40.
wait, hold on. Because we have an opportunity to challenge if you win as a WBC champion to go from 35 to go to 40, just like any one other champ to do. You have an opportunity to go up and be a 3 division champion and be an undisputed champion at 25 years old. Is that not a Hall of Fame career? I don't
So
give a
you
fuck how
okay? So
you do
you
it.
say
How
no?
could
I
you
get
do it?
that. No, I for sure, for
No,
sure.
what
So
I'm
you
saying is,
saying he gonna
how do you
campaign at
wait,
two
wait,
weight
wait, sir,
classes?
sir? How do you do it though? You carve it out and tell me that how are you going to do it at 25 if you're not great?
Bill, I'm not saying that's not great. I'm asking. So are you gonna campaign at 47 and 40? I get if you beat Regis, you'll challenge the 47 dude. I get that. I get that. But what I'm saying is, so are you saying that you're gonna campaign
Man,
between
Devin wants
40
a big
and
fight.
47?
He thought so. So let me ask you. So is the Keith Thurman and Devin Haney a big fight or no?
That's a good fight. That's a good fight. I'm not saying it's not. That's a good fight.
Okay. Okay.
Regis and Haney is
Is
a good
what
fight. I'm
about
not
Devin?
saying
What about
I'm not
Devin?
saying
What
it's
about
not.
Devin? What about Devin and
Bill, can I
Boots?
say something?
I'm asking. What about Devin and Boots? Is that a good fight?
Yeah, but that's not realistic. Come on, man. I don't
Okay,
see
bro.
y'all doing that right
Okay.
now. I don't see y'all doing
No,
that
no,
right now.
okay,
You
not
just
right.
said y'all
Okay,
gonna fight
so
two.
did you see Boots fight Crawford when he first got there? No. So goddamn. Then you know what I'm saying? We didn't say that. I'm not saying Boots ain't no bad motherfucker. So then
So
it should be only the only fight at 147. The only fighter should be fighting at 147 is Boots. Nobody else should be fighting there, according to your
all right. So
logic.
are you saying that Sabril Matias is the boots of 140? Is that what it sounds like you saying? Is that what you saying?
No, not at all.
Bill,
All right.
but it's
Yeah,
a
it just seemed
Bill.
like to
It's
me you ain't standing on business when it comes to Matias, man. I ain't used to y'all sounding like that. I'm used to y'all
Um,
saying we gonna step to
I didn't
whoever.
listen.
And now it's like
Listen,
I'm
I
gonna move
didn't.
up to
I
40.
the first time I saw Sabril was just this last fight. I wasn't overly impressed by the fight. I mentioned his name. I said his name. What else do you want me to say? I said it's a possibility that that fight can happen, or Devin fight at 147, or fight Teofimo Lopez. What else am I supposed to say about the guy?
Oh, okay. Okay. It just seemed like the day, I don't know, I'm tuning in the day. I'm talking about what you're saying today. It's kind of, you
I'm
all
okay.
over the
I'm saying
place,
this.
man, when
You
I'm bringing them
listen.
up.
Okay. So we got a great guy, December the 9th, Haney versus Prograis. We got a hell of a fight, right? So I'm saying all of those guys are including an opportunity for Devin to go up at 147 pounds and fight a guy like Keith Thurman, who, remember, so to have these big fights, to get these big fights, they say you have to be on pay-per-view, you have to sell out arenas, you have to do all that other stuff, right? Right? Because Matias can't get the fight because he doesn't have that, right? So Devin can't get the
Right,
fight
right.
because he don't have what, man?
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't get
No, you
that
my
that shit
man.
with
No, no,
taking
no.
them.
You're my
I don't
man.
really
You're my
get that.
man. I fuck with you. I fuck with you. But the business part of it is we never earn nothing with y'all, man. Never. With our own people. Never. And I'm saying is that don't sound like right though. I'm saying is so you tell me who is the best guy on the face of boxing's resume then?
Barrios.
No, no, let him tell me.
I had to let him go because there's 3 minutes per caller. We got mad more people, and you got a little
Okay,
bit
well
of
listen,
time.
if he comes on and he says that, you know what I mean? I mean, brother, come back on. You know what I mean? If I gotta pay for the call or whatever, come back
Damn,
on and
hey,
you
hey,
tell me.
hey, Bill, you are strategic. They gonna, yo, that is so smart. I ain't even peeped that yesterday, today, cause it's true. People been calling in saying, everybody calls in now, and they're like, yo, that Barrios win on Tank Resume, looking good now,
Yeah.
and y'all want to
And
go
now,
after Barrios. That's pretty smart. It ain't even clicked to me.
now,
well,
Bill.
yes.
I was trying to say during the call, but
CYP, you done bumped your head. My man said Leo. What the fuck?
Oh, CYP, I love you. I love you. I love you, CYP. Hey, listen, he go get a motherfucker that we can't go get. he big, he big.
Has Leo even when he fought?
Fought after that? No, no, CYP. No, I love that was a joke. CYP said.
For
CYP,
real.
come on back on here, man.
Hold on, I got C Dub.
Yo, yo, how are you?
Straight.
Straight, that's what's up, man. We still got Bill on the line.
C-Dub,
Don't
C-Dub.
say
He
that.
disappeared.
You
He
just
disappeared
triggered.
within them
You
5 seconds.
triggered Danny.
Yo, Bill, what's up with these
Look at
dudes?
this guy. I
Yo,
told you, triggered him.
because
I told
yo,
you.
look, I
He
swear,
triggered.
I swear, yo, no, look, bro, because at first the show started at 6 in the morning. If it's 6 in the morning, it's one thing. It's fucking 11 in the morning, 2 on the east. Motherfuckers hear Bill for 30 minutes. He don't say nothing for 3 seconds. They jump on the call. Hey, is Bill there? Man, you just
Bro.
didn't heard Bill.
Why that
That's
get you
Y'all
crazy.
didn't
mad?
heard Bill because, bro,
I
like
don't
y'all
know.
just
He ready to go
heard.
home. He
Go
ready to go.
smoke.
Man,
This,
Go
this, this how
smoke,
it is.
man.
This how
no,
Go
it
light a
is, man.
paper
Roll
y'all
up,
plane.
just need
man.
to
Roll up.
listen. Clean
Roll
y'all
up. Go ahead, man.
ears.
Roll up.
Clean
Hey,
y'all
yo,
ears
Bill.
and listen,
Bill,
man.
tell Danny go smoke a paper plane. Listen, I
I,
appreciate you.
I swear he
While
was
we've been
just
on
on.
here,
It's a little delay, so it was just on when I clicked
while we've been
the
on
mic.
here, I done cooked up a little tweet and said Bill Haney has now stated blah 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 about my man. That thing going viral on Twitter. I'm talking about viral. Shit. Go
I mean, but
ahead, C
I
Dub.
just no, I just wanted to let him know that
Nah, he left, bro. He ain't hit no more.
No, I'm here,
I
Dub.
got
Come
you. No,
on.
but I was, but no, but my initial call that got cut off. It was crazy. I had got a call, a real important call, so I couldn't come back. But I appreciate you coming back to me. I was just giving credit to Devin for doing the right thing for boxing. I was giving credit, like when they saying Devin a fake fighter. I don't know what that means, man. Like that's what's wrong with boxing. Like how the fans don't appreciate Devin. If anything, he's undisputed, and then he didn't hold up the division like a lot of fighters do, like a lot of champions do, i.e. Canelo. I'm just saying, this man when he went up and fought somebody in another division, he let all the belts go, which is what you're supposed to do. Let's not humiliate the email champions. You know, you work hard to get in that position. So let's just congratulate them. I would say let's look forward to their defense. Let's just look forward to that PBC and top rank. They're gonna run it. It seems like they got the people at the 135. You will see if you go look at the rankings and look at the belt organization or rankings. You will see what I'm talking about. But Ness, just let him know. I mean, that's what I ended with. He could go up to 147. That's good. Just stay away from Sabril Matias. If you are a friend, be a friend, man. I mean, you're a fan. If
Bill,
you're a
there. You
true
ain't gotta
friend,
tell me to be a friend. He on it. He
if
hearing you.
you're a true friend, keep him away from Sabril. He's all wrong for
Why?
Devin.
What is? Why?
Devin is a great
Why?
boxer, but because he's
Hey,
not
so I
playing
can.
the boxing game.
Hey, so
But
I can tell a
go ahead,
friend,
Bill.
right?
Go ahead.
I said so I
Tell him.
can tell a friend. So
No,
I can tell a friend.
by the way,
He wanna
you
act.
are
He asking you
you're a
why.
great man.
I said
I
why?
got you.
So I can tell a
Because
friend why.
the guy is not playing the boxing game. It is not
What
going to
is he
be,
doing
and I
then?
don't think
What
you
is he
can.
doing?
He just coming in there to kill something. He's coming there to step on shit. I mean,
How?
in other
How
words,
is he
in
going to
better
step?
words,
What
he's
what
gonna just come
what
forward,
weapon?
and he's gonna
What
ignore
what
all.
weapon is he
Yes,
going
what
to
you say?
kill you with? What weapon is he going to kill you
What
with?
weapon is it? The two hands that he has used before? The stones, the hands of stones that he's used before. I mean, it seems like you don't got the defense. Don't get me wrong. Your
No, I
son
didn't just.
will
I
kill
just
him
said
on defense.
don't seem like you know what he's going to do yourself. He's
No,
just
he's
going to
going to
come
come
forward.
forward.
He's going to come forward
It's going to
with the
come forward.
hands of
Yeah,
stone. Those two hands he
the
got.
hands of
He's just going to come forward, and he just I
That's
got
because
the hands of stone.
you saw his fight against Urgashev, right? And it seems like it was some boxing
So
technique.
I'm
What
asking
did
you,
you
what did
point
you
out
see?
other than
I'm
I
asking you,
saw
what
the
did you
man
see?
come forward? I saw a machine like David Benavidez come forward and throw haymakers until the man got out until the man broke.
Uh,
He broke the man down like a shotgun, and it
I
happens every
saw
time.
I saw David. I saw David. I saw David. I saw David jab. I saw David go to the body. I saw David throw the right hand. Um, I saw he got a hell of a chin. I saw that. I saw David has a hell of a chin as well. David did a lot of stuff. Uh, he fought off the back foot. He fought off the front foot. Um, tell me what you saw with Superman Batiste so I can tell a friend.
Yeah, nah, his time is up, but we got Two-Tone, the superstar, for you.
I gotta just sort the answers down because they don't even be there to respond.
Yeah,
Shit.
I mean, they only get 3 minutes, Bill. That's a whole round. You know,
Well, shit.
Devin,
Well, they give me. Well, goddamn, they give me 3 minutes of listening to their shit. I can't even respond back to them. We need to do
How the
a
audience?
minute and a half or
You
something.
sound like you not connected to nothing, Two Tone. Pretty
Y'all,
empty roomish.
y'all can't y'all can't
Save
hear
me a
me?
minute, Two
Nah, we
Tone.
hear
Save
you.
me a
We hear
minute.
you.
Oh, my bad, my bad. Yo, this your boy Two Tone the Superstar. Please say the superstar. I'm talking to the father of Dev Dollars, Devin the Dream Haney, Bill Haney, one of the best personalities on the internet, respectfully. Bill, how disgusted and musty is it that Gervonta Tank Davis said give away the WBA belt knowing that you and your son are all about legacy, which truly matters?
It's not only a travesty, it's a sad day for boxing that the people,
Mm.
we choose it. We choose the stars. We choose the face of boxing. And today, unfortunately, we made a mistake in choosing Mr. Gervonta Davis based on his actions and his actions alone today by deciding not to take something such as prestigious as the WBA belt. Um, and when you do that as the face of boxing, now you deny that any challenger, has the opportunity to face you. So the people, I mean, it's no matter who you vote in, it's no matter what fighter you get behind. At this point, they won't be able to challenge Mr. Davis.
Yeah, that's disgusting. And I'm not gonna drink the Sabril Matias Kool-Aid. He's done nothing to be in the same sentence as Devin the Dream Haney at this point. Once Devin the Dream Haney cooked Regis Prograis December 9th in the Bay Area in the house that Steph Curry built and the new house that Devin the Dream Haney built. I want to congratulate you on your success. Make sure you tell these people to buy pay-per-view. Fire Stick
Absolutely.
Boys, stand down, stand down, stand down this Saturday. Everybody that purchased pay-per-view, support Devin the Dream Haney because we about legacy over currency, but legacy does get the currency. Two-tone superstar. I'm out. Respectfully. Salute Bill,
Absolutely.
salute the boxing voice, Ness and the ring walk. Danny the Bears are trash. Respectfully. I'm out.
Hey man,
Hey, thank you.
I know my team, brother. I ain't no delusional fan like most of the people that listen to this show. I know, and I've known for 27 years that we suck. It's alright. You get what I'm saying? They gonna sell the team soon enough.
Go over to live right now. Go over to Facom and check out.
Hold on. Breaking news. Let me see, can I read this out loud?
You may feel like it's your turn,
I think I could read this
but it's
out
not your
loud. This
turn.
don't look private. Oh yeah, read this to his dad. Yes! Yeah, the only spot where it get hot. Keith Thurman says, I'll take the fight next year. Send the contract. Haney is a great boxer, no power, great speed. I saw Haney at the casino with his crew. Enjoy themselves. Spence versus Crawford fight. I guess he was sizing me up. Just win. Be impressive. And be careful what you wish for. You might just get it. I love a good fight and doing big things in boxing. Haney is a big name right now. These guys don't like staying in their lane these days. Must not want Tank or Stevenson, but wants a big fight with the bigger man. Respect with the respect emoji. Wish I could take your invitation, but don't have the time to fly out to the West Coast for the weekend.
Yes.
I'll tune in to the show and maybe put out a few tweets. Don't get beat up. And he put the fucking Band-Aid emoji. Ah! Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Yeah.
Shout out to the
Yo,
boxing
man,
my
voice
fuck that,
God.
doing a
Bill.
wonderful job.
No. Fuck that. Call Matchroom. Send out the private jet. He basically saying he ain't got time, but that's cause he gotta go Southwest and all that shit. Man, break out the jets.
Bro,
Slow down.
yeah, whoa.
Slow down, Ness.
He said bring out the jet for a
Slow,
guest.
Ness.
Bro, guess
Ness.
with a contract waiting? He
Ness.
said, give me the
Ness.
contract, I'll take it next year. Next year is fucking
Ness.
20-something days away.
Ness. Slow down. We can have the jet sent to him. We don't need to call Matchroom. Slow the
Okay.
fuck
Let's
down.
fucking
This is
go.
big. This
Let's
is
fucking
this is big boy business and it's finest. And let me tell you, thank you first of all for making such a wonderful thing happen and being a bridge. And I always told you guys, I said, this is the place, not just only on the Boxing Voice, but the YTBC in general, and connecting these fighters. You talk about two bosses in the game, no other than Keith Thurman. We've never said anything bad. Listen, I knew one time would answer that motherfucking call and raise his hand. You see what I'm saying? And he gonna stand on business the way he's done for many a times. Guess what? Now you guys talking about Keith Thurman, he gonna come in there and punch you out. You say something bad about Keith Thurman, he stand on business.
Keith Thurman
And
some bullshit, man.
look, listen.
Some
All right,
straight
listen.
bullshit.
Hold
Keith
on,
Thurman don't want to
SDX.
fight Boot,
Hold,
but he want to
hold on,
fight
wait,
Dev.
wait.
Man, get the fuck out of
Bruh, Dev
here.
is a bigger
You know
fight.
that man.
It's a
Man,
bigger
get the
fight.
fuck out of here.
Okay,
No
so hold
way.
on, so hold
Hold
I
on,
on,
don't want to
hold
hear
on,
SDX.
hold
that
Hold
on.
on,
shit.
Let
Keith
me
SDX.
Thurman
wait.
need
Can
to
I give
spar.
SDX,
respect?
hold
He
on.
need to get
Can
some
I give
sparring.
respect
I was
though? Can I
trying to
give
have him.
respect to the
Yeah, you
man?
got the respect,
Damn.
Bill.
Can I
Damn.
give respect to
Come on.
damn? Can I just give respect? No, to a guy and legend in the sport and Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? To acknowledge because he don't even pay attention to a lot of you young niggas that ain't putting in that motherfucking work. And no matter how much you wish, no matter how much you talk about it, no matter how much what. So guess what? I gave him the respect because I didn't hear from him, and I was going to move on. You see what I'm saying? But we know what he is, and we know what he brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? And just like he said, but you arguing with the them smaller fighters and all that other shit, and you know it's a legend up there that he's having a problem. He only done lost to Manny Pacquiao. He's having a problem getting a fight, not because because he's dangerous. That's why he's not getting the fights, because he's fucking still dangerous. But we've worked to have that mutual respect. A name like Keith Thurman said, that Devin's name is big, and what we're doing and all that makes sense. And that's the only reason why we called out and said that would be something that we would entertain. And for him to say that, we're ready to go. December the 9th, like he said, no band-aids, no excuses. We go handle our business here, and it's big fights on the horizon. Thank you. Hey, listen, but Boxing Voice, then you heard it here. You heard it here first. When Devin, inshallah, is successful on December the 9th against a rough and tough Regis Rougarou Prograis at the Chase Center, home of the Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and now Devin Haney, will step up to 147 pounds and take on Keith Thurman.
Oh man, that was I really like that, man. How soon next year do you think that fight makes sense for y'all?
Well,
You know.
see, that's how plans things and shift. You know what I mean? Of course, I reached out, and I'm talking, and of course, Bob Santos, he couldn't come on. Hate that he missed out on the opportunity, you know, with the Barrios and the stuff like that. Meaning, but that's not saying that that's not a possibility. I know the first person that came on Devin's mind was Keith Thurman, based on the fact that we were sitting there watching, and Keith says they want him to, they're trying to force him into retirement by not giving him a fight or a big payday. We know with a name like Devin and Keith going to pay-per-view with it, inshallah, we're successful on December the 9th. There's enough money for both them young men.
You know, your son on I Am Athlete brought up that, you always told him, don't look at me, look at Floyd. What I'm doing is nothing. But he still was drawn to your mind. And obviously, they brought that up on I Am Athlete that, whatever you did in the street in terms of business, you've brought that into the game. Are you proud with what you've been able to do thus far as a manager for your son?
Well, I'll continue to put the shame on the game that I was in, publicly and privately, to my kids, because I was a fool. I went for a lot of peer pressure. A lot of older guys was telling me sucker shit, and I followed it thinking that they were going to follow it to the T, and found out that they were turned into snitches and you know what I mean, and dope fiends and all kind of shit. Just ended real. My vision of all my heroes when I was coming up in the game didn't end well. So what I wanted Devin to know is that don't make me out to be a hero, although. You know what I mean? I'm your dad, and you see the better side of me. To know that what I come from, you know what I mean, is it's something that I will encourage any kid to go to. And that's why always, even with our differences with Floyd, love and appreciate what he has done in terms of friendship with Devin, in terms of just giving us advice. But we've learned a lot as well, and we learned that this is a business, and promoters, they do everything to protect their business. But and looking back at it, uh, that's the recipe for TPE. Everything that we go through, from being blocked by promoters, networks, being described in negative ways, are all the same things that Floyd went through. So to have that relationship and to still have them on speed dial and watch them has been great, bro. And I appreciate the Mayweather family.
Well, I think we've done enough. I mean, there's still more callers if you want them all, but you've been on for a minute. Danny getting
Yeah.
restless.
No,
You
but you know
good?
what though? No, but then they're gonna start saying that it's the Haney voice if you don't bring somebody in
Oh,
to like
let me
fucking
see.
give you a
Hey,
Let me see
like
who's oh
give
yeah,
Bill,
some
SDX Renzi. He was trying to bring you some smoke.
Bill, I was just trying to say about 4 Matias calls ago. I say when that fight happened, y'all get through Matias, they gonna say nobody knew him. So don't worry. They gonna
yeah,
find some. It's gonna be something for whoever it is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yo, let me know.
we hear you, SDX Renzi. You live with Bill, so
Yeah,
you don't got to
my
accent and
bad.
get yelled
My
at.
badness. You know I'm on the road, so my service be in and out. So I just try to get the call in when I can. Uh, I ain't even gonna get on Keith. I'm gonna let y'all have that. But my only thing, shout out to you, Bill. Shout out to everything you and your son doing. Myself, I do classify as a Tank fan, so you feel me? I'm
Respect,
I'm
respect.
sad that my favorite fighter didn't make that fight happen. I do want to say though, my one and only question is, outside of what you and Dev have been showing compared to my favorite fighter has shown that he's more about the currency and getting money and being that cash cow of the sport. And from what I've learned as a casual fan, Dev has been chasing more the legacy route. In these past calls, when people brought up the Matias fight, and they saying you avoiding that, and you speak about being a three-time champion, one-time undisputed. Uh, could I ask you the same question to say, would two-time undisputed at Dev's age be more of a accolade than three-time undisputed? I mean, three-time champion in three different divisions. Because
Well,
I'm a casual, so I would
well,
think that
okay. Let me just
Dev
tell you.
being
So,
two-time undisputed would mean more.
well, see, Terrence Crawford is the first two-time, and he's 35, right? So we got 10 years to do the two-time undisputed, but being the youngest to do three division, um, I think didn't who was the youngest to do three division champion? Uh Ringwalk.
You say it again?
Who was the youngest three division champion?
Damn, off the top, probably AB. I
Because I
know, I
think
know,
we
I know that was his claim that he was the fastest to four. I think he was the fastest to three.
right. So I think that at 25 we might be the fastest to three. So and we still have an
Okay.
opportunity, and we still have an opportunity
My, my
to be the youngest.
My
To
service
be the
gonna go
youngest.
out, and Ness only give me 3 minutes. So I just want to say, do you think even I understand that, but couldn't we even say at the rate Devin's going now, if we line up all the fights that the fans are asking for, couldn't we say that Devin could actually make history and be the youngest three-time undisputed champion with the plan and the way
Well,
that
that's
y'all kind of
first
going
ever.
about it?
Well, then that would be first ever three-time undisputed. You know what I'm saying? So
I, and,
definitely
and
we
wouldn't
have.
that mean more?
Yes, we're listen, and absolutely, and we're on course for all that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that first and foremost, we have this fight
Nah,
with
Bill.
Regis Prograis. We have Regis Prograis, right? And then after you say, do you? Because then it's a lot of things, right? It's how many world champions do you? Because I think this with Devin, what is this, like his seventh World Championship fighting.
This is his sixth champ in a row, but seventh like championship fight because of the
Fight. You know what
Cambosis
I'm saying?
rematch.
So all of it, so
I think.
all of it's good, fam. You see what I'm saying? All of it's good. It's great to be right now in Devon's in the position Devon in. We just got to get through this December 9th, Regis Prograis, and the
Bill,
sky's the limit.
Bill, I'm sorry to tell you that he won't be able to break the three division because Broner was younger, so Broner was
Oh
20.
shit. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
And Bill,
24.
since
So,
Yeah.
so
23. He was 23 a month before
that's
his
my call.
24th
Thank y'all.
birthday.
Since
Yeah.
doing this interview, there's been other reporters, obviously commenting on our tweet, and they're saying that Matchroom has options on Devin, final match options on Devin, and if the fight with Barrios were to take place, obviously he had those rights to either match it or put it on. Any truth to that?
No. Yeah. We give Eddie Hearns the opportunity to put something on the money on the table. With Eddie, money be good with Eddie. You ain't got to worry about that. Everybody on either side, whoever, you know what I mean. And that was what I always said with the Shakur Stevenson thing is Eddie didn't want to be in the business, man. They want to have action to put their offer on the table as well. So the money is going to be good. You don't have one particular person.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Let's fucking go. I'm about to throw my goddamn table.
You tripping right now,
Nah,
bro. What
nah,
the fuck?
yo, Bill. Look,
Huh?
Thurman said yeah. Now Bob Santos said, fuck it, let's do the interview. Let me send him the
No,
link.
no, 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 nope. No, listen.
What, you don't
Listen,
want me
I
to
said,
send him the link?
who? You gonna send it to Keith or
To
Bob?
Bob.
Listen, I
It's
told
always
you.
good to have a backup, baby.
No, listen. But Bob, I love Bob. I love him. And I
So
told him,
let
I
me
said,
send
listen,
that link.
listen. Listen, hold on. I said to Bob, listen, put Bob Santos, my man and good friend and constant professional on, please.
Let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
I sent him the link. Yo, is that Twitter on fire, bro? You find out Keith taking the fight. That's a payday. You gotta rethink shit.
That's an opportunity to fight a legend. To be passed, get a torch passed at what's named by a legend like Keith Thurman. And you know, one time ain't to be played with. He ain't lost to nobody but Pacquiao.
Man, you out here breaking the internet, bro. You got Thurman to reply. Now you got Barrios trainer to jump on. Shaking shit up, Bill. You shaking shit
No,
up.
you know what? I only say that it's an opportunity from great teams, two great teams. That Barrios team, hell of a team. They knocking shit out the park. Keith Thurman, a legend, and we can only work to get in the position to make these fights happen with the people, man. All credit to them for responding and Devin for making himself available, man. It's truly remarkable. I told you, the boxing voice, man. If you ain't watching this shit in the morning, you ain't into boxing.
They know. They gonna learn one way or another. Let's see how long Bob take. In the meantime, we got Days. Days.
Bill Haney, Bill Haney, Bill Haney.
Blessings, King.
Hey, man, it's an honor to speak to you, man. I'm the biggest Devin Haney fan in the world, man. Yo, Bill, tell Devin I said change his Twitter name back to Lord Devin Haney because this is the Lord Haney era, man. You know what I'm saying? Devin
Yeah.
Haney is the modern Floyd, bro. And when it's all said and done, Bill, he gonna have more accolades than Floyd, man, because he already the youngest. You know what I'm saying? Doing it right now. You feel me? These niggas don't want no smoke, Bill. Yo, Bill Haney, didn't you go to Teofimo's last fight to try to set up that Devin and Teo fight?
Absolutely, absolutely. And
And what?
you know
And,
but
and
the
what?
thing that fight is coming. That no, but listen, I don't know when it's coming, but it's going to come. I think that based on the numbers that he was saying, maybe he was going to take more of the lion's share of the money now on his projections, and I think now he's probably
Days,
coming more
looks
to the
like we
real.
got our guest, man. That looks like Bob Santos will be joining us. Let me see. Let me see. Bob, how are you?
Good. Everything's good.
Hey, Bob, what's up, baby?
How you doing, Bill?
Man, listen, one thing about you and Bob that I know about the Santos team and your fighters, anytime a payday is going the opposite direction, you going to show up and bring it back home. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing scary. Your fighters come to fight, and you always have them prepared. That was the only reason why I had Mr. Mario Barrios' name in my mouth. So I never said nothing bad. I said that if we're successful with Mr. Regis Prograis, which is no tough out. And we in there trying handling our business every day. That we would think and consider about uh, bringing your line up there at 147 pounds. What you think about that?
I obviously, I'm Mario's trainer. The business side go through Al Heyman, but we ain't never ducked, dodged nobody. Mario
Absolutely,
fight anybody. Whoever Al has ever put in front of him, he's fought. Whether it's like I said, people don't realize the Gervonta Davis fight. We had to get down and weight. It was a brutal weight cut. Did what we had to do. He never bitched. He never complained. He never came out like some of these other guys and talking about the negotiations of the shit and rehydration clauses or made fucking excuses. Jump right up and fought. Obviously Keith Thurman, but the business side go through Al Heyman and whoever the fuck he put in front of us. As a trainer, I just get his ass ready. And one thing about Mario, I don't get into the negotiation aspects. That's Louis DeCubas Jr. and Al Heyman. But as far as whatever name they send me, we gonna come and so if that's Boots Ennis, if that's Devin Haney, whoever the fuck it is, we ready to get it.
and that's one thing that I know. That's one thing that I do know about you, though, Bob, is that you're gonna have him ready. And I always say that the better. I always say the better the fighter, the better the opportunity for Devin to show how special he is. So if we can get together and make this thing happen, I'll love it. I'm telling the people that I got all the respect in the world for Mario, and I think that Mario was Tank's toughest opponent. Do you not think that?
Well, yeah. Bottom line is, we was in the 11th round. His promoter Mayweather said, "Hey, man, you losing this fight. You need a knockout." So he had to go for broke. Unfortunately for us, you know what I mean. The weight cut was a brutal weight cut. We was close to the finish line. We didn't get there. It is what it is. But that's the past. We're at 147 now. He's the WBC champ at 147, and whoever wants to get it can get it. They want to come get that strap. Come get it.
Bob, you
Absolutely,
brought up
absolutely.
Boots Ennis. You brought up Boots Ennis. Do you believe the Boots Ennis fight is bigger for Barrios than the Devin Haney fight?
You know what? At the end of the day, that's for the
Say
fans to
no,
decide
Bob. Tell the
what they
truth,
think.
Bob.
Well, at the end of the day, that's
Tell
for the
the truth,
fans to
Bob.
decide. So
Bob, tell the
whoever they
truth.
put in
Wait a
front of
minute.
us.
Hold on, Bob. Hold on, Bob. Wait a minute now. We
Well,
got to tell the
who,
truth
who,
now.
who,
We can listen.
you know, who
We
got
know
the
that the
bigger
Devin
name?
Haney.
Who got the bigger name? Who got the better resume? If you're looking at it from that perspective, obviously it's gonna be Devin Haney because Boots has
That's all
just
I
got
said.
his
That's all I
championship.
said.
He hasn't earned it in the ring yet. But that being said, I don't know whoever the Boots in his fans is, whatever they think. The Devin Haney fans, we love all the boxing fans. We want everybody to support the fighters. In terms of accomplishment, of course, Devin Haney's a unified champion. He went over to Australia 2 times to not only win the strap, but to go defend it in the guy's backyard. So I do give credit to Devin Haney, what he's done. I know him for a long time because I've had kids spar him. I know what kind of great fighter he is. I'm not going to take nothing away from him. But again, it's up to the fans to decide. I have my personal opinions, this and that or the other. But whoever they put in front of us, we're going to be ready to go. And whether, that's Devin Haney, fucking Canelo, whoever the hell it is. One thing about Mario Barrios, he had never turned down one fucking opponent ever.
Bob, which fight do you think is easier for Mario Barrios?
I mean, that's tough to say, right? Because what Boots I think he's an elite level guy, no two ways about that. But we haven't seen him with the elite level guys in the ring, right? So I can't say. Haney obviously has unified the titles. Stylistically, they're totally contrasting. At this level, all the fights are tough. At this level, all the fights are tough. So, Haney's got the experience. He does have a lot of great athleticism. Um, Boots, he's got great experience. I mean, not great experience, but he does have great athleticism. So, at this level, they're all tough fights.
Bob, were you ever there for the Devin Haney and Mario Barrios sparring sessions that have took place in the past?
Yeah, I've been there. Like I said, I know Haney. I've had multiple guys spar him. I know what kind of fighter he is. Yeah, so I've been there. I know the capabilities of both guys, and at the end of the day, whatever Al Heyman puts in front of us, and that's and Louis DeCubas Jr.
What up, YouTube family? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1,000,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 1,000,000. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.